This is your home for the Chieftains. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Kansas Insurance agents have years of industry experience. Learn more at kansasins.com.
Goal to go now. Again, left side. Chieftains have it working. Tanner Hand trying to stay on his feet. Back pedals in. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. This time, Talon's going to go play action. He's going to look for Todd Brown, trying to get behind a defender, and he does! Touchdown! Let's see what they want to do. Maslak, design keeper. Maslak cuts it into the end zone. Wow. Get in there, freshman, on senior night. Trying to go direct snap to Sylvie. Looking to pass. Puts it in the end zone. Intercepted. Elijah Hotel seals it for the Chieftains.
This is Chieftain Football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
A sub-state final rematch is on tonight on Tonganoxie Sports Live as your 5-seed Tonganoxie Chieftains, looking for a regional title for the third year in a row, take on the 13-seed high school football powerhouse Bishop Miege Stags. As always, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, it's presented by Kansas Insurance. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Dylan Funk, as always, alongside my broadcast partner Dennis Drennan. And Denny, good night for some playoff football, and it's a good night to make some history. How about it?
Yeah, no question about it, partner. It's a beautiful day. There's no wind. The temperature's in the high 50s. And just a beautiful night for a playoff game.
You're watching the S&S Body pregame show. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. Like I said there in the opening minutes, a rematch of the sub-state title game from 2024. The Miege Stags coming into tonight, runners-up at state from a year ago, and the Chieftains looking to get their way into the sectional round for the third year in a row on the quest of trying to get their first-ever ticket punch to the state championship game out in Emporia. Let's talk about how the Chieftains got here tonight. They looked mighty impressive, arguably the best all-around performance of the season against Fort Scott. Snapped that three-game skid they ended the regular season on as well, a 45-0 shutout. And all the way around, we heard Coach Schroyer say it. You and I talked about it many times about the broadcast. Arguably one of the best all-around performances on all three phases, really, in the game for the Chieftains.
Yeah, no question. And they're going to need that same type of effort tonight if they want to get to the next round.
And, it goes without saying for Bodie Maslak, we were kind of wondering what was he going to look like. That was his first career playoff start and a season of first for him, the sophomore quarterback for the Chieftains. 260 total yards and 3 total touchdowns. That's what he put up, and you kind of alluded to it right there. He is going to need to put up kind of similar numbers again here tonight, as is the rest of this team, trying to beat this powerhouse Bishop Miege squad.
Yeah, they're a juggernaut. There's no question about it. Everybody knows the story and the history, but I think someday this is going to happen. We're going to beat this team one of these days, and let's just hope we can get it done tonight.
There's no better day than today to get it done, as Miege comes into tonight a 3-5 regular season, and they had a big blowout win last week at 4-seed Atchison to knock out the Phoenix on Halloween night. They're a team coming in, though, maybe a little bit extra motivated than they have in years past, Denny. We mentioned getting to the state title game, losing to Andover Central in what was arguably one of the best Kansas high school football games in history. They're coming in hungry tonight. They're trying to get back to Emporia in a quest to claim their Class 4A leading 11th state championship.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I said, they've been a juggernaut, and Tonganoxie's trying to break that bridesmaid mentality and push through and get to the big dance.
It's a good day to be a bride. We'll see if the Chieftains can do it potentially tonight. The 5th time in 7 seasons, the Chieftains and the Stags will meet in the playoffs. Tongi looking for that first ever win. We'll break this matchup down, all that and plenty more coming up when we return here at the S&S Body Preview.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Tongi still out on the field warming up. Miege just went into the locker room. We're about 27 and a half minutes away from the opening kickoff in this one. It's a good time to take a look at our area matchups presented by Wizard of Paws, Tonganoxie's family-owned pet grooming salon with a combined 48 years of experience. Schedule your pet's appointment today at wizardofpawstongi.com. We'll start first with 6A, 5A. Don't have graphics made up, and then we'll take a look at all the matchups in 4A. We'll start up at 6A. It's the number one overall seeded Owls out of Olathe West. Big win last week, 63-42. They are on to take on Olathe South in the next round. Olathe Northwest at home, 6-3. They take on Blue Valley West, a member of the EKL, the league that the Stags come out of here tonight. Gardner Edgerton, 6A powerhouse for many years, looking to get back to this title game and win, 7-2 at this point after the win last week. They are hosting Olathe North High School. And then the Cougars of Shawnee Mission Northwest, a great season for them, still moving on. Looked like they might have been upset last week, but they survived and advanced. They get the Firebirds out of Lawrence Free State High School here tonight. Take a look at the 5A bracket. Denny, arguably Class 5A in Kansas high school football, one of the most, just talking about the playoff matchups we're going to go through here tonight, some of the most highly anticipated in the state and even in the country as we go along. We start at the top, the number one seeded Basler Linwood Bobcats. A little bit of a maybe 28-10 to get the win over a Blue Valley Southwest team that came in as a 16 seed. I think a lot of people expected the Bobcats to roll in that one. It was a little bit of a low-scoring game, but the name of the game is survive and advance. That's what they did. They get a big rematch in the UKC as they will host DeSoto tonight.
That's going to be a huge one. I think the last time they met in the regular season, Basler Linwood was able to come away with a 41-38 victory, and I think they had to score a touchdown in the last minute of that game.
Yeah, so. It was a late score that quarterback Carson Dixon was able to orchestrate, work his way down the field. That should be a great one to keep an eye on. In Leavenworth, the Pioneers continue a great season, now up to 8-1, a first-round win over the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. They take on a Blue Valley North squad, no strangers to going on deep Cinderella postseason runs. They did it last year. Mustangs looking to do it again here tonight. In the Frontier League, soon to be the UKC, but the Spring Hill Broncos at home, 8-1 over their first-year head coach Fred Bouchard. They host the St. James Academy Thunders, 5A powerhouses for the past few years. That should be a great one between the Thunder and the Broncos. And, of course, the one everybody has been talking about this matchup tonight. St. Thomas Aquinas hosting the Mill Valley Jaguars. Jaguars, final year in 5A. They're going to 6A next year. Aquinas, powerhouses, rightfully so, under Coach Dreiling. One of the most anticipated, arguably, high school football games in the entire country.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well, partner, and that should be a one to watch.
That's going to be a really intriguing one to keep an eye on as we will now cruise along and see our 4A matchups. Again, we're looking at the entire bracket here for 4A. Cardinals take care of business against Coffeyville last week. They are at home. They take on a Paola squad, Panther squad, Denny, that they just saw them 2 weeks ago. They had a big blowout win, and sometimes it's not really easy to face the same team twice and expect the same result, too. It could be an interesting one to keep an eye on in Eudora tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. Like you say, partner, when you're really familiar with your opponent, things can change.
Obviously, the matchup here, Tonganoxie, the 5 seed, 45-0 win against Fort Scott last week. They host the 13-seeded Bishop Miege Stags off an upset 57-7 against the Atchison Phoenix. The Labette County Grizzlies, their season moving along in conference play in the Southeast Kansas League. They host the 7-seeded Chinook Blue Comets. And another one here on the east side, the last one, the 3-seeded Ottawa Cyclones, surviving last week against Lansing. Hayden Hull is back. He's healthy. Knocking the rust off perhaps last week. Not his best performance. He even came out and said it, but enough to get the win. But they host a 6-seeded Piper squad. Rattled off 4 straight wins to end the regular season. Slaughtered Schlegel in the first round last Thursday. That could be one where, for Ottawa, it could potentially be on upset.
Yeah, no question. Well, it should definitely be a very competitive game.
Yep.
So we'll see how that one plays out.
We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that one. Out west, number 1 seed, Cape and Mount Carmel for the Crusaders. Probably they were the odds-on favorites to win the state title in 4A this year, definitely to come out of the West. They take on the Andover Central Jaguars, who beat Miege in the championship game.
Yeah, defending state champion.
Last season, defending champs, the 9 seed. So you got defending champs defending their title against the team that is the favorites to take it from them. We'll keep an eye on that one between Cape and Andover Central. 4-5 matchup, Wellington against Rose Hill. Bullville at home, the 2 seed. They host the 10-seeded Augusta Orioles, one of the few really upset seeding-wise that happened in the Week 9 playoffs last week on Halloween. And while Miege, a consistent just top 3 seed, I feel like every year in 4A West, at home once again, they host the Buhler Crusaders. Buhler looking to get a win and move on to the sectional round for the second year in a row after Cinderella run from last year. Again, those were your 4A and area matchups presented by Wizard of Oz. When we return, we will look at the Tonganoxie Public Library game recap of the 45-0 win last week against Fort Scott. That's coming up here in a matter of moments.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar Salon and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again, why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Back here, 18 and a half to go. Kickoff expected near the top of the hour here. Chieftains wrapping up their pregame warmups. Taking a good time to look at the recap of last week's game presented by the Tonganoxie Public Library. Why pay for downloadable audio books when you can stream them for free with a Tonganoxie Library card? Download the Libby app or visit the library's website to learn more. A lot going the way of the Chieftains. All treats it was on Halloween night. First play of the ball game. Jacob Moran's bouncing off the Fort Scott defender. Gets around the edge. A big block there from Kipton Harder, and he goes the distance down the field. And a big 56-yard touchdown. Chieftains would have the extra point deflected, so it stays 6-0. Morrow trying to roll out, 3rd and long. That's Roman Holthouse from behind, able to trip him up. Chieftains would force 8 punts in this game against the Tigers. Really no struggle whatsoever. Here's a dart over the middle as we go into the second quarter. Brady Martin getting more involved in the passing game over the past few weeks, and that ends in a Blake Riedel 3-yard rushing touchdown right up the middle. Still not able to get an extra point. It's 12-0. Marin's able to catch this one. I don't know how he got away. Somehow Fort Scott defenders tackled each other. It looked like it was going to be a loss of 5 or more. Instead, he turned it for a gain of 10+. Jacob Marin's doing some really magical stuff all season long. He does it again there. Kipton Harder, big catch for him. Goal to go for the Chieftains, and Bodie will just say, I'll do this one myself. One of his 3 total touchdowns he had on the night. A 5-yard rushing touchdown, 2-point try, no good. We go to the opening kick in the second half. It takes a bounce. This is Hunter Nyhart that picks it up in a scrum, and then all of a sudden he breaks out, and he will go. The first kickoff return for a touchdown this season for the Chieftains. 64 total yards is what it would be, and a big one for Hunter Nyhart. 25-0. Chieftains opening this one up. 4th down try, got to have it, and Fort Scott not able to get it. Silas McCloy, welcome into pay dirt in the postseason for the young man. 5-yard rushing touchdown there. Chieftains build on their lead, 32-0. Still in the third quarter here, 4th and 4, and it is put on the turf. John Golbo would recover it for Tongi. Another fumble recovery for him. That's number 2 on the season. And Bodie, clean blocks, and look at him go. Almost untouched on that 22-yard scamper into the end zone, 38-0. Chieftains already have the game in hand. It's Brady Martin that would run it. Lowers the shoulder, and 17-yard touchdown there at the very end. The final 6.5. Running clock was on in the fourth quarter, and the Chieftains were able to get out of Week 9 with a big 45-0 blowout win against Fort Scott. As we're back here in the SNS Body pregame show, the marching Chieftains taking the field right now. Under 16 to go until kickoff, and Denny, we're going to say it a lot as this game goes along, this evening goes along, is that the way the Chieftains played last week, you got to almost have that, I don't want to say exact performance, but you got to have something really close to that, and maybe even then some. You got to almost have an A-plus game plan tonight to get this win. Yeah, no question about it, partner. And the thing that we noticed last week, there was very few penalties and no turnovers. So they've got to carry that into tonight if they want to get past this Stags team. And on the other side of that, and we'll get into plenty of this in the First Security Bank keys to the game, but for that defense, you got to find a way to get some turnovers too. If you can find a way to take a possession away, give your offense a short field, that can bode very well in your favor as well. You know, that Chieftain defense, led by defensive coordinator Matt Bond, are going to be trying to come out. They're going to throw everything they can, everything but the kitchen sink, or maybe they'll put the kitchen sink at them as well. Anything possible to try to throw off that Miege offense, and we'll talk about the numbers as we go, but this Miege offense and defense, you know, they're a powerhouse for sure, but definitely the numbers don't really flash off the score sheets as they have had in years past, as the Chieftains are going to be looking for their first ever win against Bishop Miege, as we will go into another break here. More in the SNS Body pregame show when we return.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new chicken bacon ranch pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings mobster pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Oh, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Welcome back to the SNS Body pregame show here. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here with you. Time to take a look at the player spotlight tonight, presented by Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. Some of the names you're probably going to be hearing a lot, and some names to look out for out there on the field tonight. I got three. Denny, I don't know if you have any others, but I'll start over on that Miege side. You're going to hear about running back Vinny George for Miege coming into this matchup tonight. Get the credentials on him. Vinny George, the junior. I wish they gave us the heights and weights on the rosters here, but the junior running back had quite the first half performance against Atchison. 4 total touchdowns in the 57-7 win. All in the first half alone. 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. He's a guy that Miege can really move all the way around. He's a kind of gadget, do-it-all type of player. A little bit undersized, but he makes up for it with really great athleticism. And for Atchison last week, the Phoenix had a hard time bringing him down. And it's not necessarily that they couldn't just bring him down on contact, is that he was so shifty they couldn't get a body on him. Yeah. So it's going to be very imperative for tonight to the Chieftains to break down and bring him down, not let him run away, get those extra yards after contact or after breaking a tackle or two. Another one you're going to hear a lot on the defensive side is Daniel Neenan for Bishop Miege, the defensive leader for the Stags, team leading 55 tackles, 45 of those being solo tackles this season. 13 tackle for losses and 3 sacks. He leads the team in all of those categories as well. He's going to be a force out there for that front line of the Chieftains. He's going to be trying to make the night not so easy for Bodie and Blake and everybody else, the rest of these ball carriers. So that offensive line, they're going to have their hands full with him. Be interested to watch that matchup between him and the interior of the Chieftain offensive line. And for the Chieftains, I think it's about time we put Jacob Marins in the spotlight.
No question.
I think averaging 19.3 yards per catch this season, another 80-plus yards performance last week in the win against Fort Scott. He had that touchdown. It's hard to believe that was only his second receiving touchdown this season. He's done everything so well. That was only his second touchdown. He'll look to have more here tonight, but easily the biggest weapon the Chieftains have here tonight, and he's going to be matched up with the best defensive back, Aiden Buzan for the Stags, the senior, number 5, their shutdown corner, if you will. And I know he's probably going to be following Jacob everywhere he goes tonight, but somehow, some way, the Chieftains are still going to have to try to find a way to get number 8 involved in this game because they can't. Yeah. I don't think they can win it without him.
They can't win it if they take him away. And we talked about it earlier, partners. Maybe run some rub routes, or I guess that's what they still call them these days, to kind of get him free up a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's something Atchison was starting to do a little bit last week, those kind of little short routes. They ran a lot of flea flickers, double passes, kind of stuff, but really the offensive line for Atchison, they were overpowered from the start, so I don't expect that to happen tonight for the Chieftains, but we'll just have to wait and see. Was there anybody else outside of who I just mentioned maybe you're keeping your eye on tonight as far as our player spotlight? Well, Bodie Maslak, the quarterback is always you got to put a spotlight on him because he's got to throw the ball to his receivers, and hopefully the offensive line will be able to give him some time to throw, because he's been very accurate this year when he's had time to pick out his receivers and make a clean throw. I think the two best games, and we mentioned week 1 against Lewisburg, the Chieftain offense they looked tremendous, and they looked to that form against Fort Scott, and a big part of that was the front line. Nobody really touched Bodie the entire night. He was able to sit back there. And, of course, everyone at home is probably saying, well, any quarterback is going to be like that. Well, that's true, but the way they were able to protect Bodie, give him time to survey and look around, they're going to need to try to do that again here tonight against this Miege squad. I think we also ought to keep an eye on Blake Riedel. He's kind of been the bell cow for the running team here this year, and he's had some really good games. And if they can get him going, because we got to be careful that if Miege stacks the box on us, we've got to open it up a little bit with the pass. So we can't be one-dimensional against this team, or we're going to have a long night. Under 7.5 till kickoff. Miege starting to take the field. We await the arrival of the Chieftains. Under 7.5 till we kick things off in this one. Those are your player spotlight presented by Brothers Market. We'll give you the First Security Bank keys to the game, starting lineups, and kickoff next here on Tongi Sports Live. We've got a good one tonight.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus, or go to tongirec.org.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, tonganoxiebusinessassociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
Family owned and operated, Wizard of Paws is a 5th-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable, cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank to learn more. Member FDIC. So here we go, back live at Beatty Field. This is actually the first time in the past 2 seasons that the Chieftains have been home for the regional round. They were at Chanute in 2023, at Fort Scott last year. A rematch of the sub-state title game last season, hosting the Bishop Miege Stags. Stags have been on the sideline for a couple of minutes. Tonganoxie about to get a nice hometown welcome as they take the field. Gavin Rhodes, Hunter Nyhart up ahead, and here they come. A crowd on hand that is hungry to watch their Chieftain squad come out, pick up a win. Get the monkey off your back, if you will.
All right.
0-4 in 4 games. 5th game here tonight against Bishop Miege all time. 5th time playing them in the last 7 seasons. As we are waiting for the coin toss here, take a look at tonight's starters. These are brought to you by Crookham Construction, performing a wide variety of concrete construction and special project services throughout the area. They're hardworking people with small town family values. Find more information at CrookhamConstruction.com. And for Coach Troyer, for about the past month or so, the final 2 weeks of the regular season and 2 weeks here into the postseason, he's not changing anything. He likes the squad that he has out there on both sides, and he is riding into battle with these 22-plus here tonight. You're going to see a lot of bodies rotated in, I'm sure, but these are your starting 11 on offense and defense. Once again, presented by Crookham Construction. John Golba, Hunter Nyhart, and Jacob Marind, your coin toss captains here tonight for the Chieftains. Got multiple guys out there for Miege. We saw Fort Scott. They went with the mindset last week. They won the toss and elected to receive.
Right.
If you're the Chieftains, would you be tempted to try to do that? We saw them do that last year. They got the ball. They went down the field and scored. But do you want to do that tonight, or do you still defer your option like you have pretty much all season to the second half?
I think you defer your option because, if at all possible, you like to get that double dip. But we'll see.
Officials out there explaining all the official rules and stuff. There are plenty of extra cameramen on hand here tonight between student media outlets, us being here. Of course, there's maybe some news vans hanging around too. This is a matchup that's got a lot of eyeballs on it here tonight, as are a lot of games, quite frankly, across the Kansas City area. So Tonganoxie, they did win the toss and they deferred their options. So we will see the Stags out on offense first. We will see the Chieftain defense out looking to make a stand. You see Tongi repping the red on red tonight. It's been a while since I've seen red on red in a playoff game, but we got it here tonight. Bishop Miege, white jerseys, red pants. You don't see them break out the red pants all too often either. So pretty unique uniform matchup.
Yeah, it's a nice looking uniform, I think.
As we are ready to get this one started here tonight. You've been watching the S&S Body pregame show. Our ongoing coverage here, the 2025 Kansas State football playoffs. Regional round winner goes on to the sectional round. They get the winner of top-seeded Eudora and 8-seed Paola Panthers. Oh, we have some time, Denny. First Security Bank, keys to the game. Brought to you by First Security Bank, your new locally owned community bank in Tonganoxie. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. A Chieftain W. What does it look like tonight?
A Chieftain W looks like they're in the plus margin on takeaways, and they don't make as many penalties. as the Stags. And another thing you got to watch out for, partner, and like you mentioned before, we have played several teams that platoon, but as you pointed out, there's 80 men on that roster of the Stags, and they're going to have fresh legs in the fourth quarter. So
no doubt.
Hopefully, but our guys have been doing this all year long, so they're in shape.
No doubt about it. All through the summer and all of that,
Yeah.
they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Our Grounded Weather Report tonight brought to you by Grounded Coffee House, serving great coffee with an even greater cause. 51 degrees here at Kick. Clear skies, no rain, barely no wind. It's a beautiful night for playoff football. Cody Lobb teeing it up, and here we go. It is booted away, going back for the return right at the 25-yard line. Going to bring it up past the 35 and brought down as Miege will look to take over around their own 37-yard line. The return there, number 13, John Watzke, the sophomore running back for Bishop Miege. And here they come out onto the field tonight. Miege coming off the regular season 3-5, 4-5 with the win last week against Atchison, 3-3 in league play. Led by their head coach, John Holmes, 14th year, over 120 career wins with Bishop Miege, a former alum himself, longtime assistant coach. Trying to get his team back to Emporia. Landon Cole, the quarterback, calls for the snap, throws and fires, one play. And already a fresh set of downs for Bishop Miege as he finds his man over the middle, Carlos Rodriguez. And Miege might be going with a little bit of tempo. And that's exactly what they're going to do. On the ground. No. Pass. And way over the head. Incomplete. Good play fake. Even fooled out the play-by-play guy here tonight. Trying to go down the field there to Jaden McDaniel, one of the leading receivers for Bishop Miege, after faking a handoff there to Vinny George, 2nd and 10 at midfield.
Daniel getting his feet tangled up with the Tongi defensive back there.
Back-to-back passes to start this game. One completion, one incompletion. Now on the ground to Vinny George, who tries to hurdle through, and a bunch of Chieftains there to wrap him up. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long in midfield for Miege.
Big 3rd down here for the Chieftains. Need to try and stop them here.
Officially no gain, 3rd down and 10. Cole going to roll out with space. Here goes Landon Cole. He's got the first down and rumbling his way up to the 30-yard line. And on 3rd and 10, he picks up nearly 20.
Yeah, Chieftains didn't even get a chance to put any hits on him until he'd gained 20 yards.
Now they will slow things down. As that is, they change out quarterbacks here. This is a new quarterback. He's going to dump it out to the near side flat. Vinny George able to get around. Chieftain sideline wanting a hold, and Vinny George, meanwhile, is up near the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I think the Stags got away with a hold there.
As the quarterback, Kai Allen, number 17, dumps that one off, and Brady Martin eventually able to get the tackle down the field on George. And now it's goal to go at the 9, and a penalty flag will come in.
I think that's a false start on the Stags.
And that is the call, Dennis. That will back him up to the 14.
Need to keep them going in that direction.
So now it's Cole back in. He gives to George, able to break some tackles, still keeps the feet churning. And he's going to go down to about the 6. A strong running of Vinny George, like we mentioned. It's hard to bring him down on first contact.
Yeah, now Miege's mixing it up and going with tempo again.
Yeah, right back to it. So coming out of our replay, 2nd and goal from the 6. Battle. I think it just, maybe just a gain of 1.
Yeah. Chieftains rallied to the ball really well there.
Kind of like Brady Martin was able to get in there and help get the stop for the Chieftains. Now 3rd and goal from the 6, officially no gain. Second, 3rd down on the drive for the Stags in the goal line. Throwing in zone and breaking a tackle and in for the Miege touchdown.
Just well executed there.
Mm-hmm. Michael Blunt, big tight end, able to shake off that tackle. Even then, brings down short. I still believe Miege would be going for it on 4th down. But he's able to break the tackle, and for Landon Cole, he finds a 6-yard touchdown to his tight end, Michael Blunt, for the first score. Extra point try going to be put up here, Joseph Jatska. Good snap, good hold, and Miege out of the gates, get the ball, convert a couple of 3rd downs, go down the field and score. They hold an early 7-0 lead here. Chieftain offense led by Bodie Maslak and company looking to respond when we return.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
So it is that 7-0 advantage for Miege, 13 seed. 8 plays down the field, 2 3rd down conversions. That last one was 3rd and goal from the 6. It was a 6-yard passing touchdown. Landon Cole to Michael Blunt, the tight end. Now a chance for this Chieftain offense, ready to try and answer. This one booted deep, and a return will be had from the 10. As he's able to split some defenders, gets past the 30, brought down just shy of the 35. Kipton Harder on the return there for Tonganoxie.
Yeah, nice return by Kipton there. All right, now, partner, I think it's really important to
let's hear it.
Have these Chieftains match a score right here.
I think the last thing you want to do is have a 3-and-out. You at least want to try to get some momentum building up on offense. Of course, ending with points, that would be ideal. Already down in the hole 7-0. First offensive snap for the Chieftains, and they go to Harder, and it's through his hands and incomplete. And those are the kind of things in this kind of game, those drops are going to be magnified.
Yeah, you got to catch those. And, Kipton just tried, I think he took his eyes off the ball and tried to see where he was going to run before he
right through his hands.
Mm-hmm.
That is one for Kipton, the young junior. He's going to want back as this game goes on. We'll look to make up for it a little bit later. Almost a near full moon tonight as we approach 2nd and 10 at the Chieftain 35. Bodie going to run it himself. And a good start on the ground here for Maslak as he will take it up to, looks like, about the 42.
Yeah, that's 6 yards.
Bodie, one of the tremendous runners on this team, 407 yards on the ground coming into tonight with 9 total touchdowns. He's had quite a spectacular sophomore campaign, completing around 60% of his passes, over 1,200 passing yards. 3rd down and 4. He goes through the air, and another one that might have been catchable this time for Landon Ruff near the sideline. That's 2 drops for the Chieftains on this drive, and it looks like the punting unit's going to come on.
That's not what you wanted to see there.
Landon Ruff, not targeted a lot during the regular season. He had 2 catches last week against Fort Scott. Would have brought it in there, would have been enough for the first down. Instead, 2 drops will end this opening drive for the Chieftains. 4th and 4, Maslak will punt from about his own 26. We'll hope for a Chieftain roll. And it will. And right to the 30.
Yeah, nice punt for Bodie. The defense needs to step up here, partner. You don't want to give up back-to-back scores.
They had the Stags to 2 separate third downs. One was a 3rd and 10. There was a rollout for Cole trying to get a pass down the field. No one really near him, so he ran it for a good game. It was about 20 he ended up picking up. And then that last one on 3rd and 6, where Blunt was able to break that tackle and go into the end zone for the touchdown. Cole out there to take this snap. Kai Allen had a pass at opening drive, and Vinny George has got a lane. And here goes Vinny George looking for a block down the field. He gets it. One man to beat, and Kipton Hartner's not going to bring him down. And just like that, it's a 70-yard touchdown. He had 4 touchdowns in the first half, but we do have a penalty flag. We do have a flag on the field. It's on the Chieftains' 40-yard line, and they might get a hold on the receiver who had the block down the field. And they're bringing it back, and it will be against Miege for their second penalty of the game, and that one wipes off a 70-yard touchdown.
Chieftains dodged a bullet there.
Right there. You see the hold right there on the receiver that had the block on the defensive back. Bullet dodged for the time being for the Chieftains. Still a first down and near midfield. Still at their own 48 is Miege. Cole looking to pass again, all sorts of time. Will fire it down the field, has a man, and he let him a little bit too far. Hunter Nyhart was out there in coverage initially. I believe that's Welsh who he was covering on the far side, and Nyhart was trailing him, and then the other receiver just kind of came up out of nowhere and was still a little bit too far for him to track down. Incomplete. It's 2nd and 10.
He had all kinds of time to throw that, though. Need to get a little pressure on that quarterback.
George to the right of Cole in the backfield. Give it to him, trying to follow his blockers, and Vinny George not going to get far this time. I believe Riedel was the one that brought him down from behind, able to break off a couple of tackles. Or blockers, I should say. Brady Martin in the area as well.
Yeah, he's going with tempo again.
2-yard gain for George on the ground, 3rd down and 8. George, or Cole, he breaks a tackle and gets a block, and he gets a first down.
And you got to make that tackle. Boy, you don't see Blake Riedel miss many tackles.
Not too often out in open space. Just almost able to bring him down. Got a good block from Rodriguez out there as well. Did Cole as they go back to the ground to George, and he might lose a yard. So that's 3 third downs and 3 third down conversions so far in this game, Denny. 2 of them via the quarterback scrambling. One on 3rd and 10, that one was 3rd and 8.
Yeah, he's still going with tempo here.
Through the air, pressure coming, and bringing him down, trying to throw it away late. I think they're going to say his knee was down. Paxton Summers, leading man on defense as far as sacks for the Chieftains, and that's a huge loss.
Yeah, that's a big play. Now they got to hold him here. 3rd and a mile.
First postseason sack for Paxton Summers. Second of this postseason for the Chieftains. Roman Holthouse had one last week. A big loss, 3rd and 26.
Yeah, you got to hold him here.
And a penalty flag flies, and that'll back the Stags up 5 more yards.
It's even better.
And so far for Miege, this is something you don't really see out of a Bishop Miege team all too often. The penalties hurting them. And remember, it took away a 70-yard touchdown on the opening play of this drive. Now it's 3rd, and they have 38. 3rd and Leavenworth County, if you will. More time for Cole. Surveying, now fires down the field, and high-pointing it and bringing it in.
You can't give that up. 3rd and 38. That hurts.
Down the field, he finds McDaniel, 40-plus yards. Now a quick throw down the line, Rodriguez. near the line to gain, gets 9, and Miege are humming along again here, sticking with this up-tempo. And once again, 3rd and long, haunting this Chieftain defense. Minimal gain here. 3rd and short going to be coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Chieftains have not been able to stop Bishop Miege on 3rd downs yet. Call it a 3rd and a long 2, short 3. It'll be a long 2. In motion, the tight end, and George trying to follow it. He's wrapped up. Brady Martin there, but not before he picks up that 1st down.
Yep.
And a perfect 5 for 5 on 3rd down tries in this opening quarter for Miege.
3rd downs have just been really tough for the Chieftains.
End zone, shot, deflected and incomplete.
Yeah, good coverage there.
Hunter Neihart in coverage, blanketing the receiver for Miege. Again, I think it was Welsh they were trying to get it to, as he might be jogging off over to the sideline. No, he'll stay out there on the field. I thought he might have been a little banged up there. That's the receiver, McDaniel, motioning it around. 2 receivers near side. Now here's Blunt in motion. And Cole pressured, looks, yeah. Flag comes down.
He tackled him.
No doubt. And that'll back up Miege even more. This is going to be their 4th penalty of the game coming up here as we get another look at the flag on our instant replay.
That was Vinnie George.
Just yeah. Not going to get away with those. You saw multiple flags came flying in almost immediately.
Yeah, he was beat. And instead of endangering his quarterback, he just tackled the defender. They're going to get you for that every time.
That'll stop the clock here. 4:38 still to play in this opening quarter. So now 2nd and 20 off that holding penalty on the running back, Vinnie George. Low snap, Cole able to collect, steps into this throw. It's a little low, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his man on the near side, Jaden McDaniel, the junior receiver. Big shoes to fill in that receiving corps. Taryn Jackson graduating last year for the Stags. Tries to find him here, but he skips it in. And another 3rd and long here. And for the Chieftain defense and fans, might be holding their breath a little bit, Denny.
Yeah, no question. They haven't been able to stop them all night on 3rd down. Hopefully this is the time. Got to bow your neck right here if you're Tongi.
12th play of this 2nd drive. 3rd down and 20. More flags.
False start. Well, I guess they didn't have long enough to go, so they backed them up some more. So this is 3rd and what is it, partner?
Not 63. I can definitely assure
no,
you
it's
that.
Not 63. Maybe 33 yards.
It's about 3rd 25. Fake it to the flat, throws out in space, and a good tackle. Jack Reichman able to cut down the legs of McDaniel. Yeah, nowhere close, and Miege, they got a good field goal kicker, and it looks like the field goal unit is going to trot on here.
Man, that's going to be a long field goal. It's going to be about a 44-yarder, isn't it? Not 43.
His longest of the season is 42. So this would set a season high for the kicker, Joseph Jaxa, and it is up. And I think it's wide left, and it is. No good. And the Stags come up empty-handed on what looked like a promising 2nd drive.
Yeah.
Remember, that 70-yard touchdown on the opening play wiped out via a holding penalty, and in the end, the Chieftain defense able to hold Miege to no points.
That was a big stand right there.
It also comes when you get your first 3rd down stop of the ball game as well.
Yep.
A chance for this Chieftain offense. Had two really bad drops, uncharacteristic drops in that opening drive. As Bodie will try to go on the ground here again, and Bodie Maslak looking pretty comfortable out there as he takes that for a gain of 11. And look how long he waited in that mesh point there.
Yeah.
He pulled it out. Great blocks coming around from the left side. That opens it up for Bodie's gain of 11.
Well executed play there by the Chieftains.
So we saw the passing game was a little slow to start that opening drive. Will the Chieftains maybe focus on the ground attack here? You've had 2 carries for Bodie so far, 16 yards. 8-yard average. Basic math. On the ground again up the middle. This time Blake Riedels able to lower the shoulder and power his way up to the 40.
Gain of 8 or 9.
This is something in the game last week. Atchison could not get their running game going at all, and that basically forced them, after dropping down a couple of scores, it was pass or nothing, and that allowed Miege to really kind of pin their ears back on the pass rush and go. Chieftains on the ground for the 3rd straight time. A little more resistance. And will still get a yard. And I'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah.
And mentioning there is no Silas McCloy not suiting up for this game, so you're back to having Riedel and Summers as your kind of running back 1, running back 2. Blake is still out there in the backfield. And this one able to break through and still on his feet. Miege trying to strip the ball out, and Riedel keeps the legs churning, and he's got the ball up to midfield. As that's a first down for the Chieftains in their first third down conversion of the game.
Yeah, it looks like the Chieftains are gaining some confidence here, partner.
A lot of these guys were around for that sub-state game a year ago. They know what it takes, what they have to do to pull off a win of this caliber against this team. Out there trying to do it. Now back through the air, and Harder, another drop. This one was a little bit out in front of him. Couple of Miege defenders in the area. The closest, Keenan Paulson, number 23.
You got to have those passes, though, to keep them from stacking so much in the box.
Right.
You got to stay somewhat balanced.
Three pass attempts, 3 arguable drops. That one, you might give Harder a little bit more grace, but he might even tell you, I get my hands on that, I got to bring that in. Would have been good for about half of it. Now 2nd and 10 from the 50 as Bodie will bounce it out. Patient running from the sophomore quarterback as he takes it for about a gain of 6. And this was really important too, Danny, because for Bodie, this is his first time playing against this Miege team. This, by far, his biggest playoff game. It's easy to say, only his 2nd starting, but so far looking cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, no question about it. That's why I said he was in my spotlight, because the spotlight's on him. Big players shine in big games.
Dwindling down to the final few plays here in the opening quarter, 1:12 and counting. Here's a 3rd and 3 for the Chieftains. That last gain is 7, and Riedel trying to go forward. He's going to be short. And there's going to give him a yard, so 4th and 2. And a big decision coming here for Troyer, and no question. He's looking at his play sheet. Looks like they're going to go.
I don't think you have any doubt here. You've got to be aggressive. You're already down 1 score. You need to try and pick up this 4th down.
Chieftains out 1 for 3 on 3rd down tries. 4th down and 2 at the Bishop Miege 42.
Got to hit your blocks, fellas.
Delayed snap. Bodie trying to get around. He's hit hard.
Oh, he's close.
And I think he's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, he's going to be short.
Took a hard hit there towards the end, and both teams able to get a pair of stops. And it remains 7-0. As Bodie right there took a big hit. Screaming in CJ Hess for Miege. And that kept Bodie from getting around the edge, staying on his feet. 26.6 here in this first quarter, expected to be the final play as Miege trots out onto the field one more time to the start of their 3rd drive. On the ground, it's George, and he's
Defended
fouled
well.
up. No gain. It was John Watzke held for no gain there. His first carry of the ball game. Goes for none, and Miege, they might try to get one more play off here on 2nd and 10.
They've been going with tempo.
Watzke still in the backfield with Cole. Give it to him again. Watzke, this time going backwards as Paxton Summers able to burst through once more. And that'll be a loss of 1 on 2 carries for John Watzke. And that is how this first quarter comes to an end. 1 down, 3 to go here. Regional round action from Beatty Field. 7-0 Stags with the lead and the ball when we return on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of...
Crashing out of the break quickly here to the second quarter. This is a 3rd and 11 for Miege. They converted on their first 5. 3rd down plays and a heave down the field. Tracking it is McDaniel, and it's off his hands and incomplete. No flags on the play either.
Well defended right there, partner.
Kipton Harder, the man in coverage for the Chieftains. And Miege, after getting a 4th down stop, go 3 and out. And a much needed 3 and out for this Chieftain defense.
No question about it. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Now a good return on this punt would be a great start for this drive.
Brady Martin back to return it. He's at the 20. Takes his time, boots it away. Little line drive punt. Takes a bounce at the 30. Scooped up at the 20 by Martin. Takes it for a gain of 5, 10. Escorted out of bounds, about a 14-yard return.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed right there.
And the Chieftains looks like they'll mark him out of bounds. I thought they were going to put it near the 45. It'll still be near the 45, I think. Well, where?
42.
Okay, here we go. 42-yard line.
Let's see the Chieftains go down and score here, partner.
Trying to strike while the iron's hot, perhaps. Just came up about a yard short of keeping that last drive alive on 4th down. To go back to the ground. Big hole here. Blake Riedel lowering the shoulder, bouncing off defenders. Look at Blake go.
Yeah, what a job.
Into Miege territory.
Has to be enough for another Chieftains.
Flipping fields there into Miege territory.
Keep it going, Chieftains. You just feel these Chieftains getting more and more confident, partner.
That's it. I can feel you getting more and more
absolutely
into it as well, as all the other fans here in attendance tonight. Another strong run.
Yes.
Gavin Rhodes finishing off a pancake block, expected to be his first of many tonight.
Riedel rarely goes down with first contact.
Takes that one for a gain of 5 after getting 20 on his last carry. And such a stark contrast to the game last week for Miege, who basically gave the Phoenix no option to run the ball. The Chieftains, they've been able to really have some good success with this early.
No question.
The passing game, though, still 0 for 3. 3 drops, this Chieftain receiving core. Haven't had a target yet for Jacob Marins as they go up the middle. Flag will come in. And this could potentially be the first penalty of the game on the Chieftains in the area of a hold or something like that. Bishop Miege had 5 penalties in that opening quarter, and the Chieftains pick up their first here.
That hurts. You just hope that's not a drive killer here.
And these are those kind of moments. You look back to that sub-state game a year ago, Danny, last season, I should say. It was when they kind of had these penalties where it was second and medium and then it becomes second and long. You got to find a way to put that behind you and still convert. You cannot break down. You cannot panic.
Nope.
Try to keep your head down and keep going. Well, second and 15. Little bubble. Marin's not going to be able to cut across. He is slung down. Devin Davis.
It's going to be a loss.
And the Chieftains almost right back to midfield, and they need to get it to the Miege 29.
Looked like he almost needed to reverse fields there.
And when it's all said and done, it's going to be about a loss of 5 on the first completion of the game for Bodie in this passing offense. 1 for 4, -5 in total yards. Don't see that all too often. Have it marked at 3rd and 24. Needed in midfield. Little misdirection. Hard around the edges. Kipton harder, and he gets near the 30, escorted out of bounds. As Coach Troyer digging deep into his bag of tricks. Haven't seen that play very often. A little counter going the other way. And they get a pretty big chunk of this year. That's at least going to bring up a 4th and manageable, about 4th and 4.
Yep. That was a big pickup right there by Kipton. Good time for that call, too, because you got to figure that the Stags were looking for a pass.
No doubt.
And you run a little counter, and there's nobody home.
Well timed there, and for Coach Troyer, he's going to take the first of his 3 timeouts.
I think that's a good timeout. You know, this is a 4th down. You really want to have everybody on the same page.
Take your time. Get the play call you want. No doubt about
absolutely.
it. First time out of the game. It's now time for History 101 presented by Kansas City, Kansas Community College. Check out how college can help you at kckcc.edu. Tongi and Miege, very recent history, as this is the 5th time they've met. 0-4 are the Chieftains, for Miege 4-0. They first played back in 2019 in the sectional round. It was a 54-10 win for Miege. The closest game of the series, that came in 2021. Miege got the win 34-20. We went to the 4th quarter. That game was tied at 20. It was still anybody's ball game. This kind of is reminding me of that 2021 game, the start of this one. And Miege, you want to look back to the last non-title loss to a public school in the playoffs. You got to go back to 2013. That was against a Blue Valley West Jaguar team, 38-24. That's the company the Chieftains are trying to join here tonight. Big 4th down play here. About 4th and 5. I initially said 4th and 4. It's 4th and 5 through the air, and it's batted down.
Yep. That's a good defensive play there by the Stags.
Gibson Johnson, the sophomore man, able to knock it out of the air. And for the 2nd drive in a row, the Chieftains turn it over on downs. Well, I will say, no problem with that play call whatsoever. Going for it there on 4th down, no problems for me up here.
No, that was just a good defensive play. You know, if you can't get home, you get your hands up. And that's what he did. Just a good fundamental play.
Offense back out on the field for Miege, and they're going to start with a quick drop here. He tried to quickly get it out into the hands of Vinny George, and I don't think he quite had his head turned around.
He did not. He looked like he was looking to where he was going to run before the ball got there.
As soon as his head was turning around, the ball was right there on his fingertips.
Yep.
Another throw down the line. Rodriguez puts a foot in the ground, gets by Reichman. Still fighting hard, and good effort from Carlos Rodriguez, the junior, as he's going to take it, I believe, for a gain of 11 and a 1st down.
Yeah, you got to wrap up for the Chieftains there. You can't give him that many yards after contact.
Miege has been going with this up-tempo all night long. You're the 45 on the ground. Now the Chieftains starting to really bottle up this rushing attack for Miege as George is held again to no gain. His 4th carry tonight that goes for no yards.
Still going with that tempo.
2nd and 10, Cole through the air. Looking to his right, fires. Once Welsh, it's too far, and it's intercepted. Hunter Nyhart's his first interception of the season.
That's the turnover we needed, partner.
Going for his man Welsh, the receiver. He's 6'6". I don't know how you overthrow him, but he did. And Hunter Nyhart, Johnny on the spot, gets the takeaway for the Chieftains. Our first takeaway of the ball game.
Now they need to get down here and get a touchdown before the half here.
And we go on the ground. Chieftains trying to get the running attack going again. Looked like it was not going to be a whole lot, but still able to squirt through. And that's a gain of 4 for Riedel, and you will take those every single time down the field. 8:30 to go in this second quarter. 2 timeouts for the Chieftains, all 3 still remaining for Miege. As the Chieftains, and I think we've been so used to seeing the Chieftains at times, they'll go up-tempo. Miege on tape, you don't see them go up-tempo all very much. It's kind of stark opposites here so far tonight.
Miege is using a lot.
2nd and 6, and penalties will stop this play before it goes any further.
That's going to be a procedure call.
A false start called for there.
Cannot afford those penalties.
Now 2nd and 11 after that initial gain of 4 on the first play for Riedel.
Yeah, wipe that out.
Maslak to the sideline and looking for Harder, and he is blanketed, and it's incomplete. In coverage, C.J. Hess for the Stags. And that Tonganoxie sideline looking around, trying to plea for a pass interference flag, and you folks at home, you can be the judge of this.
Well, I think because the defender got his head around, he's not going. You're not going to throw the flag on that.
So the passing game is still trying to get its footing right now for Bodie. Just 1 of 5, minus 5 yards passing. That lone completion was to Marins. It was brought down for a loss. Now a 3rd and 11, and Bodie and kind of double pumped and had to get it out. It was in the area potentially where he could have been stripped, and thankful to get that one away.
That ball was tipped by Miege.
I think Jace Poirier, the one that they're going to say got a bear claw on that one. And the clock stops, 7 minutes, 44 seconds. And you got to imagine here for the Chieftains on offense, now a punt, followed by back-to-back turnover on downs and your second punt and 4 drives total.
Yeah.
You've held this Miege squad on offense at just 7 points so far. You got to imagine eventually they're going to find a way to get back in the end zone. You're going to be down 2 scores. Now this one is skipped into the end zone, and Bodie's got to get on top of it, and it's going to be a safety. And kind of going to the point that I was just talking about, you feel like eventually the dam is going to break.
Well, that hurt.
And a mistake on special teams as that one was a little bit low, and Bodie just had to eat the safety on that. And a free kick coming up.
Yeah,
Miege will get the ball back. They take that lead to 9-0.
Better to give up 2 than 6.
So free kick coming up here. We'll step aside, a quick 30-second timeout. When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and insurance companies to ensure a smooth transition. They offer cutting-edge technological therapy treatments like focused shock waves and deep tissue laser therapy for more precise care to acute and chronic injuries. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Visit ptssolutionsks.com for more information. .738 in the second quarter. Free kick coming here for the Chieftains. You don't see safeties all too often.
No, you don't.
We haven't, especially in the past few years here on TSL. As Lob is there calling for, I think they're calling for him. They want him to boot this one away as he's going to come and going to be able to put it on a block, on a tee, if you will, and be able to take this one away. So wait for him to come onto the field with the kicking block, and there he is. So now this next defensive stand, this could be very huge for the Chieftains going the rest of the way. Because now from Miege, if you go down and score, taking advantage off of that safety, then you can really start to see some frustration boiling over, making things that much more difficult for the Chieftains as they will just do a little pooch. No fair catch called for. He takes it at the Chieftain 49. And for Tongi, they will not elect to boot it deep there. We really haven't seen any sort of range as far as a kickoff from Cody Lobb this season. It's been mostly kind of those high soaring, really not pooches or not onsides either. It's just kind of high soaring kicks to limit the potential returnage yards, but
you're giving up good field position, though.
And just like that, up the far sideline, and that's good. Not going to be a first down. It's going to be, that's going to be well short. He was out of bounds, still up tempo, 2nd and 3. Hand off to George. Cuts it up, able to break a tackle, and Vinny George tracked down from behind, had a lot of green grass in front of him, and it's Roman Holthouse that's able to eventually bring him down as Miege keeps the ball moving, knocking on the door of the red zone. Cole down the line, complete. Rodriguez again, they had that working. This time Reichman able to bottle up Rodriguez. Take him down to around the 25. You can start to feel things potentially getting a little tense over here on this home sideline and these home fans. Staring up at the scoreboard, 9-0 trailing, and the Stags on offense getting close to the red zone. Ball placed at the 30 for 2nd and 6. Cole surveying, fires, wants an end zone shot, and incomplete. And McDaniel looked like down the field, a little slow to get up, diving out, trying to bring that one in, and that'll slow things down here for Miege with the clock stopped. Here's 3rd and 6.
Big 3rd down here. The Chiefs need to get a stop if at all possible.
Cole fluttering around, completing about 50% of his passes thus far. 3rd and 6 from the 26. George able to break through, and Vinny George gets a big first down. When you think the running game is starting to slow down for Miege, Vinny George able to break through 10-plus yards and a fresh set of downs on along the way.
Yeah, most of that was after first contact.
Still with the up-tempo, again on the ground as George weaving his way through, eventually met. Looks like he took it to the 10 for a gain of 5. George again. This time not going to get far. Like Riedel, Martin, stretching out on that far side, keeping him fairly bottled up.
It's going to bring up a 4th down. No, it's still 3rd down.
Yep.
And they're really going with tempo.
They're going to go little design keeper. Not officially a quarterback sneak, but it looks like they put one of their tight ends in motion.
Yeah.
He went under center and powered forward. And inside the 5 is Miege, 4 downs to punch it in. And it'll be George fighting hard and pushed back. Brady Martin, we've been calling his name a lot out there around the waist. I think it was Kipton that had him initially. And Martin came screaming over to wrap up that play, and it's no gain. Hash it up again, 2nd and goal from the 4. Already 12 carries in this first half for Vinny George. They're going to go Wildcat. Blunt, the tight end, trying to get around the edge. He dives for the pylon. He's going to be short. Chieftain fans again bargaining for a holding call. Nothing to be had. And it looks like 3rd and goal from the 1 as we try to take a quick look at the replay. Haven't seen them pull out that Wildcat direct snap in a while for Miege. They do it there. It's got him 1 yard short. And it looks like they're going to do it again. Under center, Blunt. A little misdirection, and he's in. Now Miege starting to get down into their bag of tricks, if you will. A little bit of misdirection. That last safety for the Chieftains. Looking up at that board right now, really,
that's a
really hurts.
9-point swing if they make this extra point.
Trying to give Miege a 16-point lead. Jake's kick is up, and it is good. So the safety for the Chieftains, they kick it away. Miege had all their snaps on that scoring drive in Chieftain territory. 4:46 in the second. 16-point lead for Miege over the Chieftains.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Rass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Got a lot of action happening around the Varsity Sports Live Network tonight. Our game here, we got the number 1 seed Eudora Cardinals home against the Paola Panthers. We got the Spring Hill Broncos, 5A regional round for them, home against the St. James Academy Thunder. And if you're a little further down south in Crawford County, the Girard Trojans in 3A on the road, taking on the Santa Fe Trail Chargers out in Carbondale. 16-0 our score here. Chieftain safety plus a touchdown for Miege gives them a big advantage right now. 4:46 to go. Chieftains to receive the second half kickoff as a return will be had here past the 35. And it feels like now, Denny, it's now, or I don't want to say never, but you got to find a way to get some points on the board here for this Chieftain offense.
Yeah, because you can double dip here. That's why you defer when you win the toss. So, yeah, the Chieftains need to get some points on the board and then come out and, they'll be right back in this thing.
Taking the time, getting the play call in here from Coach Troyer. 4:40 left to play in this first half. A 2-score deficit, staring back at the Chieftains on that scoreboard right now. They go on the ground to Riedel, and that's only going to be good for about a gain of 1. It was more, I think, maybe a pleasant surprise to see how well the Chieftains were able to officially move the ball on the ground early in this game. And really, it's like we mentioned, the passing game. They have no net positive passing yards so far. 1 for 5, -5 total. He had a couple of drops sprinkled in there. Just some good defensive plays for Miege as well, so give him their credit. But right now for the Chieftains, it's been all on the ground, and it's where you fear you don't want the offense to become one-dimensional or two-dimensional even. And second and 9, looking for something. Bodie trying to step up, and it's not going to go officially as a sack. He does get some positive yards out of this, just 1. And I think for the Chieftains, might have just taken their second timeout. Or did Miege take a timeout? No signal yet.
I think it was Miege.
It is Miege.
They're wanting to get the ball back.
That leaves both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Pretty decent third down play going to be coming up here. Trying to talk it over in the huddle. Coach Troyer, Preston Troyer, in his 4th season, head coach of the Chieftains, taking over for his father, Al Troyer. He was here for better part, close to a decade, nearly. 4th season for him. 26-16 overall. He's got a 16-9 record against opponents in the Frontier League. 10-7 against non-league opponents, and his playoff record not too shabby, 7-3, including back-to-back appearances in the state semifinals the past 2 seasons. Both games being played here at Beatty Field as well. For a program that had not made it to that mark in the entirety of their history, that they got games spanning back to the early 1900s. They've been around for quite a cup of coffee or two, if you will, Denny.
Yeah.
He's been able to elevate them up to that next level, trying to help his team push through to maybe another level here. If they can come back from behind and get a win here tonight. Focused right now on this conversion. It's 3rd and 7 from their own 41. Through the air, Bodie rolling out, survey, now pressured by Devin Davis. He fires, it's caught, it's short.
A little short. It's manageable, though.
Landon Ruff able to bring it in. And again, no hesitation for the Chieftains. Looks like initially that they're going to be going for it here as we're under 3:30 until halftime.
Landon Ruff on the reception.
Now you're down 2 scores. You got to try to pick this up.
Three straight failed 3rd downs. Now they're going to try for it on 4th here, and it's not going to happen. First one back. Daniel Neenan, we mentioned to him in our Brothers Market Player Spotlight. And the Chieftains, they've been uber aggressive tonight on those 4th downs. And that'll give Miege prime starting field position again, as I give him credit. He tried to break away, but just could not get away from that second wave of Miege defenders. 2:45 on the game clock. Already up 16-0, and Miege will take this snap at the Chieftain 39.
It's really important to keep them out of the end zone here if you're the Chieftains. You get the second half kickoff.
Chieftains 0 for 3 on 4th downs this first half, as Cole will look to go through the air. Will he take a shot? He fires over the middle, and it's intercepted. Brady Martin just took it out of his hands.
Go, Brady.
Rodriguez from behind will track him down. Brady Martin, short-term hero right now for the Chieftains. Another big takeaway.
That's exactly the recipe to beat this team. Brady just took that ball away from the receiver.
Trying to find Welsh over the middle. And Brady Martin, for him, his first interception. Hunter Nyhart picked up his first INT. We talked about the turnover margin. Chieftains plus able to squirt through. Bodie Maslak hangs on to that football. Spun down at the 23.
Turned nothing into a good gain there. Gain about 6 or 7.
Able to get under Davis, who left his feet. A pair more of Stag defenders trying to come up the field. You got to think for this Miege defense, you were feeling pretty good getting off the field. Another turnover on downs, and now a play later, you're already back out there. And Chieftains fairly well into Stag territory here. 2nd and 5 from the 23. Rollout, fire to the sideline, and it's caught. Forward progress. Should give him a first down. Clock will continue to run. But it is, as he finds Kipton Harder for his second catch tonight. His first catch tonight, excuse me.
Yeah, you got to like it. You know, they're still staying balanced on offense. You got to love that. Yeah, how big was that pickup by Maslak?
That's huge.
Yeah, it was really big.
Now under 90 seconds here. Chieftains not going to any up-tempo yet. Still 2 timeouts in their back pockets. Both teams with 2 timeouts.
You'd love to see them get in the end zone here.
First and 10 shot near the middle. In and out of the hands of Moritz. It's still in the air, and it drops down incomplete. Would have been the first catch. Would have been the second catch of the game for Moritz. Would have been his first for positive yards. And that one, possible circus play that could have ended in an INT.
Ooh.
2 separate Miege guys had it. Jeremiah Johnson had it knocked out of his hands, as did Daniel Neenan. With that stop, though, or the drop, it at least does stop the clock. A minute 2 for the 2nd and 10 play.
Able to save a timeout.
Chance to maybe slow some things down, get the play call you want. A timeout does come in here.
Tongi's going to take it. Coach saw something he didn't like.
He immediately ran over to the receiver on the near side, and that was Landon Ruff. And now the Chieftains will huddle up here. 1 minute timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here.
And while we have a minute, partner, why don't we give a shout out to Coach Al Troyer and his lovely wife watching us in Texas.
Yep, as always. Got a good chance to talk with Big T, Coach Troyer, when they came up here. I believe it was the Baser-Linwood game that they were here watching along, and the whole Troyer family. Always great to see Coach anytime he's here in town. One of our proud weekly viewers from, like you mentioned, the great state of Texas, didn't he?
Yep.
Always appreciate everyone that watches along every single week here. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. And really, Denny, you mentioned the double dip opportunity that's right in front of this Chieftain squad right now. And we're closing in on the final few plays here in this first half. This could completely turn this thing around if the Chieftains can find a way to just get a touchdown, get a score, go into the halftime locker. You're feeling a lot better than you did, heck, even 5 minutes ago.
Oh, no question about it, partner. You know, and if they can punch it in here, you know, that's going to do a lot for their confidence.
They got
coming into the second half.
62 seconds to do just that. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Fire, caught. That's Riedel being used as a receiving threat. He's brought down. Clock will continue to run. And for Troyer and the Chieftains, he's got to take that final timeout.
Brings up a big 3rd down here. It's like about 3rd and 5.
So no more remaining in this first half for the Chieftains. Curious what they will try to go for up here. And, you know, Denny, I think while we just have a time here, we'll talk about this at halftime too, but I mean, your initial thoughts and takeaways from the first half of this ball game. It feels like it's been a lot of dread and down for the Chieftains, but they're still very well within striking distance of getting right back into this ball game.
Yeah, no question, partner. And like we've talked about is they're just getting more and more confident. If they can punch this in, we're going to have a brand new ball game.
And I think if you're a Miege fan, let's play devil's advocate on that far side for Coach Holmes and thinking we're letting this team continue to hang around. And the longer we continue to do this, I know
they're going to be dangerous.
It's a 16-point lead right now, but look at the position Tongi's in the red zone, a chance to score, to get the ball to start the second half. If you're thinking if everything comes up right for the Chieftains, you know, this is going to be a closer game than you really want it to be,
it'll be a
going into the second half. And then from there, all bets are off potentially.
Oh, yeah.
I think Coach Holmes knows that. All the Miege players know that. The fans know it.
Yeah, the longer you let this Chieftain team hang around.
On a 3rd and 5, a shot to the end zone.
Touchdown! He caught that, high-pointed it.
From 15 yards.
Wow, nicely done. Good throw, great catch.
And that gets this Chieftain fan base up on their feet.
We're on our feet too, partner.
Marin's going up and over Polson, the man in coverage. Jacob Marin's back-to-back weeks with a touchdown for him, and none bigger than that one.
Yeah, that's huge.
And a shout-out Brady Martin on the interception. The second pick of this first half for Tongi.
Are they going to go for 2 here?
That's what it looks like.
Looks like they're going to go for 2. Cut this lead in half if they can get it.
Maslak through the air again.
He's
wide open. Overthrown.
Overthrew him. He was wide open too.
Like it. Had the play call.
Oh, yeah.
It was there. That was Morenz again. Oh, he was wide open.
Yeah, good play call by the coaches there.
Just a little overthrown, and it stays 16-6. Again, the Chieftains, no shortage of aggression in this game here tonight.
No,
4th downs, not batting an eye. They've only punted once. That was on the opening drive.
Yeah.
They had back-to-back turnover on downs. They had that safety followed by another turnover on downs, and then that big interception for Brady Martin. And that, I got that starred so big, highlighted, bolded, however I want to put it, because that just gave that was a potential big 12, 13-point swing that we just saw. Now with going for 2 and not converting it, that was huge. And now for the Chieftains, if you can get another stop here, keep this a 10-point ball game, going back into the locker room, you're feeling really, really good. Your confidence, like you've been mentioning, it just continues to climb. It's going to be at an all-time high if they can keep it up.
You betcha. The longer you let an underdog hang around, the more difficult it gets.
No doubt. And the coverage team down in the field quickly for the Chieftains. And for Miege, they still got 2 timeouts. They've got that up-tempo offense. This first half is not over.
Oh, no.
Quite yet.
You got to guard against the big play, though, if you're the Chieftains here. You can't let those receivers get behind you.
And the big storyline right now, the Chieftains, those 2 interceptions. That last from Brady Martin. The first was from Hunter Nyhart, +2 in the turnover margin for Tonganoxie. Has them in this ball game, down 10, 16-6. Trying to keep it that way. As Cole will open up with a quick completion. And just like that, Miege past midfield as he's able to find his big target, Welsh. And looks like Coach Holmes will take one of those 2 timeouts.
I thought he got out of bounds. Oh, he didn't. Good, he had to burn a timeout there.
Came up just a little bit short. That leaves Miege with just 1 remaining. You're watching Chieftain playoff football on Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Folks, as always, ask everyone to stick around to join us in the White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show. We'll give our thoughts and analysis, stats, breakdown, and more from this first half. We'll take a look in at those playoff scores that we were talking about from our pregame area matchups from earlier. All that more coming up in a few moments here in the White Birch Property Halftime Show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We'll be getting there here before we know it. We're down in the final few moments, 36.3 remaining in the second quarter. Chieftains trying to get a stop after getting their first score of the game. As Cole will roll, pressure from behind, not brought down, and he'll just throw it away. Smart play from the underclassmen quarterback of Miege. Lived to see another down, and he was pressured heavy from behind, hot on his heels. For the Chieftains is Marco Stevens. So close for Marco. Able to potentially bring him down. Would be the second sack of the game for the Chieftains.
Yeah, it's good play by Marco there.
Second and 10 now from the Chieftain 48. That incompletion stops the clock at 26.7. Flushed out
that
again.
Looked like a hold.
Holtzhaus this time in on the pressure, and that's back-to-back times that Cole has to just pass that away to avoid the big loss. And Roman Holtzhaus, he's filled in for his injured brother Elijah in this season, coming off the edge, bringing pressure to the quarterback, and he's been getting more and more comfortable as the season's gone along. And it's been truly awesome to watch him grow and develop, only as a young freshman out there.
Yeah, he's a freshman. That's what I was just going to say, partner. He's going to be a good one.
Through the air again, time for Cole, dumps it out short, trying to see if George can break some tackles. He gets near that first down.
Yeah,
now he's going to get pushed past it, and 1 timeout remaining within field goal range potentially, and that timeout does come with 8.8.
Surely they're not going to try a field goal here.
The longest, like I mentioned, for their field goal kicker was 42 on the season. They tried a 43-yarder, and he missed it. It was just left, and it wasn't wide left by a whole lot.
Yeah,
from this spot, from this spot, 50. It would be outrageous.
Yeah, that'd be over 50 yards.
I think the percentages are going to be better to try to get something off short. I don't think this is, well, let's see what Miege wants to do here. Do they want to try to take the big shot, go big or go home, or do you take maybe you go on a 4 verts and you have a little crosser. Get that quick yardage out of bounds, get within field goal range, and add on 3 before we go to halftime.
Well, that's what they got to try and do is if they're going to throw the ball, they've got to be on the boundaries because they have no more timeouts. They won't have time to get the field goal team out there. There's only 8 seconds left.
That last catch for George puts him at receiving totals of 3 catches for 50 yards even. Cole going to take it short. There's George, and Kind of like I was just alluding to. I think they're going to mark him out right at the 40 or near it.
They're going to try a field goal.
So here we go. We got to watch this kicker, Joseph Jackson, this junior, during warm-ups, and he didn't quite go back to this far of range.
This is going to be a 47-yarder.
He missed a 43-yarder in the first quarter for 47 yards here. No timeouts left for anybody, and it is away, and that's not going to do it. No good.
Yeah, he slipped.
So the Chieftains, that interception for Brady Martin, followed by the touchdown strike, 15 yards. Bodie Mazlak to Jacob Marins, has him within 10, 16-6.
Got a ball game.
You could start to feel pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Very confident going into halftime right now. Plenty more to break down and all that coming up. White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show when we return.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Family-owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a fifth-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be a breed-specific trim or an adorable, cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar Salon and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Back here live at Beatty Field, halftime here, our regional playoff game. Chieftains, Bishop Miege Stags, 16-6, the halftime lead for Miege. Got a lot to break down here in the White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show. They're ready to help you buy or sell that next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan, as always, here in the booth. And Denny, it's a good, decent crowd on hand here tonight. They've been treated to a pretty good ball game so far. I felt like the Chieftains had opportunities, just couldn't make anything happen of it. They get that interception for Brady Martin. They've capitalized with 6 points. It has them within 10, and they're going to get the ball to start this second half. All of it's right there in front of them for this team in this ball game. Let me take you off mute for this. My bad.
Yeah, no question about it. They have a real opportunity here. I'm hoping they have a good game plan for this first drive coming out for the second half, because if they can punch in another score, man, we're in a ball game.
Yeah, this is we already said that if to get a touchdown there towards the end of that,
it was huge.
You were going to take a field goal. I think you were going to get points any way you could, but you just weren't going to feel the same getting a field goal there. The fact you got the touchdown, they went for 2 to try to cut the lead in half. They're still down 2 scores, I'm aware, but Morency was wide open. And I think for really one of the only times I can really remember this season, I can probably count on one hand where Bodie had missed an open receiver by that much.
Yeah.
He's wishing he can have that throw back. It was there, though.
Well, you got to chalk that up probably to a little bit of adrenaline. Playoff time.
Maybe so. I mean, they just connected the play before.
Saw him that wide open, and he just put a little too much on it.
Sure, and they just had a 15-yard touchdown the play before that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, adrenaline was going high, no doubt about it. We'll have the stats for you a little bit later on here in the halftime show. I'm going to try to pull up those area matchups that we were talking about earlier, our Wizard of Paws pregame area matchups, get some playoff scores updated for everybody. I know we're keeping an eye on a lot of games in 5A. We'll start with 5A, and then we'll pull up the 4A graphic here. We had mentioned number 1, Basel Linwood, number 8, DeSoto. It's a dogfight, 14-all in that one right now.
That's what I figured.
A matchup of 2 of the best teams in the UKC. They're going at it. In the UKC still, Leavenworth, a 14-0 lead over Blue Valley North, not letting the Mustangs continue this miraculous run so far, this good run that they're on at least for the time being. Mill Valley and St. Thomas Aquinas, they're knotted up at 14-all as well.
As you would expect.
In that one, a close one in Spring Hill. St. James with the lead, 20-14 over the Spring Hill Broncos. So a close one there for the 3-seeded Spring Hill squad, members of the Frontier League. Let's see if we can get any of those 4A matchups pulled up here as we'll go ahead and take a look while we have a little bit of time. That matchup with Eudora and Paola currently reported a 21-7 lead for Eudora. They had just played Paola 2 weeks ago, and they beat them by about 40-plus points. We mentioned it's not as easy to come back and do it 2 weeks later, and that game before was in the elements. It was rainy and windy, but right now it's looking like no problem for the Cardinals, and they're watching our game too, because the winner of those 2 games will meet next week in the sectional round, as we got the 16-6 game chalked up right here. Ottawa and Piper, that 3-6 matchup. We got the Cyclones with the touchdown lead, 14-7. We mentioned it was probably going to be a very highly competitive, close game in that one. I do believe Ottawa does have a free stream on YouTube if anyone was so inclined to want to try to keep an eye on that game. Nothing for Chanute and Labette County. No score reported yet. And as far as those games out south, you got this. How about this? Let's go to that bottom corner. Mulvane and Augusta. It's the 10-seeded Orioles over the 2-seeded Wildcats right now, 14-0 in that matchup. That could be a potential big upset. And Buhler and Wamego, you got Wamego currently up 20-13. That 3-6 matchup. No other scores reported quite yet, including that matchup of the 4A title favorites, Cape and Mount Carmel against the defending 4A champion Andover Central Jaguars. We'll see if anything pops up as the evening goes along. Halftime performance, field show putting on here by the marching Chieftains. About 7.5 before teams come out of the locker room. We'll give you some first half stats and more when we return here on Tongi Sports Live, your home for Chieftain Athletics.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings Mobster Pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
At
Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit LaddServiceCo.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new chicken bacon ranch pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings mobster pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
Welcome back to White Birch Property Halftime Show. 16-6 Miege with the lead over the Chieftains. A little under 3.5 until we start to get players out of the locker room on the field for warm-ups. Denny, you want the Chieftains or you want the Stags first as far as stats?
Oh,
let you choose. I'll give you the option.
Let's save the. We're going to defer, so we'll do.
Okay,
we'll do it.
Let me Miege first. Okay, we'll do that. Here's the numbers for the Stags so far. Their quarterback Landon Cole, 9 of 16 through the air, 118 yards. Not too bad, but no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's the big mark, and I'm sure for Coach Holmes, he's been in this business long enough, and he knows. As far as winning playoff games, that's not the recipe. -2 in the turnover margin, +2. Good for us, not good if you're a Miege fan or a player right now. They're going to try to find a way to not let that happen. Although I will say one interception was a really poor one, really overthrown. The other one, I think you give credit to Brady Martin for just taking it away from Welsh. It was one that hit him right in the chest, and Martin just had his hands right there and kind of ripped it away.
That was a 50-50 ball, and Brady wanted it more.
And that ended, like we mentioned, that 12, 13-point swing, and ended up being in favor of the Chieftains scoring on that, where Miege had the ball right around the 35, 40-yard line for the Chieftains at that time. But that's Cole's numbers through the air. He does have 2 rushes for 32 yards on the ground as well. They did bring in for one play Kai Allen, the quarterback. He had 1 completion for 30 yards. That was back in the first quarter in the middle of, I believe, that touchdown drive to open the game for Miege. On the ground, you got Vinny George, one of our players mentioned in the Brothers Market player spotlight. 13 carries, 34 yards, 1 touchdown for him. John Watsky, 2 carries, -1 yards. And we already mentioned for Cole, 2 carries, 32 yards. Receiving core, McDaniel, leading receiver coming in for Miege, just 2 receptions, 52 yards. Michael Blunt, 1 reception, 6 yards. That was that touchdown reception that he had in the first. Carlos Rodriguez, 3 receptions, 28 yards. Walsh, the big 6'6" receiver, 1 reception, 12 yards. And Vinny George, we mentioned they can use him in multiple ways. 3 receptions, 50 yards for George. Miege went 7-9 on 3rd downs. They did not convert. They didn't go for it on 4th down. They elected to go for field goals, and they missed both of them. 1 for 43, 1 for 47. That 47-yarder to wrap up the first half. 5 penalties. All were in the first quarter. They were clean in the second, but 5 penalties still. And no sacks and those 2 turnovers. As for the Chieftains, Bodie Maslak, 4 of 10, 20 yards and 1 touchdown. And really, if it wasn't for that last drive, we would be talking about a little worried, still kind of cautious about the passing game. Need to see some improvement in the second half, but they were able to kind of redeem themselves with that 15-yard touchdown strike he had to Jacob Moranz. On the ground, Blake Riedel, 7 rushes for 41 yards. Bodie, 6 rushes for 30 yards. Kipton Arter had 1 for 19 yards. That was a nice 3rd and long counter play the Chieftains had. Hadn't run that play all season long. Moranz, 2 receptions, 10 yards. That touchdown, like we mentioned. Kipton Harder, a catch for 6 yards. Landon Ruff, a catch for 4 yards. Chieftains 0 for 3 on 4th downs and 2 of 6 on 3rd downs. I can already see the keys of the second half starting to brew up here. 2 penalties, though. 2 penalties for the Chieftains in that first half.
Good.
So not bad at all. And even more importantly, no turnovers.
That's even bigger.
So, again, those are your halftime stats for you here. Both teams out of the locker room warming up. And, Danny, I'll give it to you again. There's a lot of areas still down 10. There's still plenty of work for the Chieftains to do here, obviously. And some of the areas to focus on. Obviously, the passing game, got to continue to take care of the football and the penalties as well. But trying to find more success on 3rd downs, I feel like that's going to be key here.
Yeah, no question about it. And the other thing, partner, is this team has defensively has struggled on 3rd and 4th and extremely long. I mean, they have not been able to get the turnover. I mean, they've got to be able to do that when you have them that far behind sticks. So that's something I think you got to focus on here in the second half. You get them behind the sticks, you want to get them off the field.
No doubt about it. You go back and look on that opening touchdown drive. That was 3rd and 36, I believe, is what it was.
Yeah,
and the Stags connected for 42 yards, and the rest was history from there. But I'll tell you what, the Chieftains, they are in this ball game. They feel it. These fans can feel it. Expect a lot of energy here coming up in this second half. You've been watching the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. Second half kickoff is coming up next.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and insurance companies to ensure a smooth transition. They offer cutting-edge technological therapy treatments like focused shock waves and deep tissue laser therapy for more precise care to acute and chronic injuries. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Visit ptsolutionsks.com for more information. Third quarter kickoff coming up here. Waka will kick it off and away. Chieftains to receive, down 10, 16-6, and all eyes on this opening drive right here,
Yes,
Denny.
no question about it, Brian. We talked about the double dip. I think, it's really important. If the Chieftains want to win this game, they put some points on the board in this first drive.
Go down, make it one possession once again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at this sideline right now, and all of these Chieftain players, they're bouncing around. You can tell the energy is high. Coach Troyer's got a good swagger about him as well. I mean, the sideline, the stands here, I think everybody can
feel it.
They can feel it. This is still a game it's anybody's ball game. I still say at this point, without question. It's not over yet.
No.
And maybe over there on that Miege sideline, maybe not showing it, but some creep, thoughts starting to creep into their heads of saying we could be in for a potential dogfight here. As this one is booted away, and it is off the chest, and Harder has to peel back, pick it up. Crisis inverted, at least as far as the turnover. Well, the Chieftains will have to start a little deeper in their own territory as they will mark him at the 21-yard line.
Yeah.
First thing first there, obviously, go back, pick the ball up, and try to get positive yards, exactly what Kipton did there. Giving his offense a chance as we see Maslak back out onto the field. And for the young sophomore, his first time starting, second time in the postseason, first time against a Bishop Miege squad. Mentioned forwards in through the air, 20 yards and a touchdown, along with 30 rushing yards as well. As the Chieftains will go on the ground once again. And that is how we get this second half started. A carry for Blake Riedel that goes for about a gain of 3.
And we'll see who made the best adjustments at half here.
Arguably two of the best coach programs in 4A, arguably in the state of Kansas. It's going to be a big part as Bodie will throw down the field, and it's batted away at the last second. He had Marins, and a great play on defense for Miege in coverage. Keenan Polson gave up the touchdown in that first half, and he possibly just saved another one there.
He did. But man, what a throw by Bodie. That was on the money. You just tip your hat to the defender there. I mean, he closed some ground quickly to get a mid on that.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
I like that call, though, by the coaches here.
Lob it in the air. Harder trying to run under. Incomplete. In coverage, C.J. Hess. And it looked like Harder had it, bobbled it. And the Chieftains, crucial opening drive in the second half, will go 3 and out. Would have been a spectacular over-the-shoulder catch for Kipton as well.
Yeah. But 2 well-thrown balls by Bodie.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get a good snap this time.
Yeah, last time went back in the end zone. Another low one, and this one's going to be deflected.
Yeah, that was just about blocked.
Still will roll.
Not much of a net on that, though. They're going to be stagnant, going to be well in Chieftain territory.
So let's see if we can try to go back and get a look. Yeah, just deflected right there, and that's got to be something. You got to address that immediately here. The long snapper got to find a way to just get that a little more elevation, give Bodie a chance. That's now the second time it's skipped into him. At least he was able to get something away from that.
Yeah, last time it cost him 2.
Yep.
Well, arguably 9. Well, the Chieftains going to have to try and get a 3 and out here.
First and 10 for Miege. Play action and a throw, and it's low and incomplete. As Landon Cole, at times he was skipping the ball into his receivers in that first half. They go with some play action there, faking the give to the running back Vinny George. I think he was looking for McDaniel up the field. He was, and just can't get it to him there. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the Tongi 42. Cole, 118 passing yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's going to take an end zone shot here, and it will be, they're going to say he caught it on the dive.
Wow, he's hurt too.
Wesley Welsh, he is injured. Diving out for it, gets by Nyhart. Arguably the best throw of the night for Cole, and Welsh goes down, and yeah, he is hurt.
I think he fell on the football.
He is still down, and the Miege training staff will come on the field and attend to him. But for right now, the big hitter for Miege, that's what they were looking for. They get the stop. Now all of a sudden, it'll be goal to go from the 5. They attend to Welsh as we'll step aside here.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Welsh helped out over to the sideline. He takes it to the 3. It's a gain of 39. Goal to go for Miege now as Cole will call for the snap. He hands it off in a full head of steam, and running hard is Vinny George as he takes it in for the 3-yard Stags touchdown. Get the 3 and out on defense, come out 3 plays later.
Yep.
Miege has now extended their lead to 22-6, extra point pending.
Go up 3 scores here.
Doxa again, extra point try up, and it is good. And a great effort, 39-yard catch, Wesley Welsh, and a play later, Vinny George able to punch it in. His 6th postseason touchdown in about the last 6 quarters of action for him, spanning back to last week. 10:37 mark, Chieftains going to get the ball back. We'll step aside.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Again, not the start that the Chieftains had in mind here in the second half. They went 3 and out on offense. And then 3 plays later, after punting the ball away, worth noting it was deflected. It was another low snap. Bodie was able to punt it away, deflected, it rolled to about the 42. And 3 plays later, thanks to a 39-yard completion down the field to Wesley Welsh, Miege now supports a 23-6 lead. And for progress, looks like they will mark him at about the 26. Extracurriculars, and now flag's going to come in here, multiple. And we'll see how they sort this one out.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
Looks like you had some Miege players pushing and shoving there towards the end and maybe getting tangled up with the Chieftain down on the turf. I'm not entirely sure what.
Yeah, they're trying to get it sorted out here.
I think many times we've seen where if it's not a clear cut and dry, this player committed this foul, again, those pushing and shoving things, we usually see kind of offsetting that will be issued, and it's kind of a warning to say, hey, anything more happens, this is going to be pretty stern. So let's see.
Good deal.
So they just give it to Miege. That's a 15-yard penalty at the end of the play. No indication that there was any guilty party over on the Chieftain side. And I'm trying to look in here. Yeah, so that was after. It looked like Nyhart was getting tangled up with a Miege player. Number 48, that is Lincoln Leonard. And right there at the tail end, and good job by the replay crew there. They got a good look at it. So they're moving the ball up. Again, you see right there at the very beginning, you see Nyhart get taken down as him and Leonard get tangled up. The flags come in, and that is the guilty party for Miege.
Well, that's a good start for this drive.
6th penalty of the game for Miege, the first since they had 5 in the first quarter alone.
Chieftain needs to enter that last score on this drive.
On the ground, Maslak trying to follow his blocks. He gets wrapped up and brought backwards. Freddie Blunt. And on the stop there, but not before Bodie gets about 6 of it.
Good gain on first down.
A second and a long 4 here. Throw down the line, Marin's with some space as he runs, and a flag comes in, and this could be a holding on Landon Ruff. He was trying to hold that window open just long enough for Jacob to squeeze on through. You can hear the Chieftain fans voicing their displeasure with that goal.
Very unhappy, yeah.
Officials are going to talk about it. Chieftains are already starting to back up. Can take one more look at the replay. And they were going to be looking at this block on the near side on Ruff, and they're calling it out right now. So that right there, that slight lunge forward of C.J. Hess, and they say Ruff had enough of the jersey to kind of restrict him. And Tongi fans not happy about that call.
Now that would have been really close to the first down, and now it's 2nd and 10.
And 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it was right there, right near that first down gain. So essentially 2nd and 10, no need to panic as the Chieftains will go through the air, and Bodie will be brought down as Devin Davis is able to break through and get his first sack of the game, a game wrecker on that defensive line for Miege, able to get home.
Yeah, it makes a little more of a chore here. It'll be 3rd and 15.
First official sack of the game for Miege as well. 3rd and 16, a loss of 11. Or loss 6, I should say. Okay. Thinking ahead to the play before the penalty. 3rd and 16, really needed here for the Chieftains. Miege inching up toward the line, and they will go on the ground. And Riedel is only going to get a few. And no signs the Chieftains are going to punt this ball away either.
Well, yeah, they're down 3 scores.
Maybe this could force a... They stop it and allowing Miege to get their defensive subs in. They will punt it away.
Yeah, quick kick. Oh, there's a flag.
Will roll, and
nice
that
roll.
is down to the Miege 25-yard line, but this flag, we'll wait and see what this is going to be.
Thrown in the Miege secondary.
It was about as soon as that one left the boot, the cleat of Maslak.
There you go.
The legal substitution
I
is
think
going
they
to be the call.
I think they ran a player on right before the kick.
You saw the scramble drill where I think they were assuming Tongi was going to punt. They were kind of bringing on a line change and then realizing, oh, they're not going to go. And in between, you kind of get guys confused. And
well, but with that kick, now why are we backing up?
This could be the Chieftains.
Oh, they're going to play it over. They're going to play the down over. Yeah, that was a pretty good kick, though.
And that's you see Troyer coming out on the field now. He's saying, I want to decline.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would decline that.
I would think go ahead and you just want to decline that. And
well, I think they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So Miege will have the ball. They'll take over. Like we mentioned, it was a good punt and a good roll for Bodie. It pins him at the 25.
Yep.
And it's been a little while since we've seen Miege start this deep in their own territory. Hanging around a 23-6 ball game so far in this one. I don't know if it still is, but I know, when I was playing at least, you had the captains, and you would have, the officials would come to you on a penalty and say, do you guys want to accept? What do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's still the way it is. I would assume if they would have asked Troy, I think it would have been no question. He would have declined it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm assuming that he still gives the power to the players there. But that time he says, I'm gonna veto that. We're going to go ahead and decline. So 1st and 10 at their own 25. They throw down the line. And this is Blunt able to roll his way through.
Close to the line again.
Only the second catch of the game for Blunt outside of that 6-yard touchdown he brought in the first opening drive.
It's like a gain of about 8.
We saw Miege go up-tempo pretty much the entirety of the first half. Expect more of the same here in the second. Now under 8 to go in the third quarter. 23-6 lead on the ground. Watzke trying to get around, and a shoestring tackle will be made to slow him down.
Pick up one of them, though.
Hayden Overmiller gets to stop for the Chieftains, 3rd and short. Blunt again in motion. He goes under center. This is kind of their version of a tush push, if you will.
Yeah, or a quarterback sneak.
Quarterback sneak, yeah, that's more what it is. And that's enough for a first down.
Yep.
They pulled that out a couple of times when they were deep in the red zone. They scored their second touchdown, and they do it again here on 3rd and short to convert. Miege now 8 for 10 on 3rd down conversions tonight. As Cole will look and now take off and run. Slides as he avoids the potential hit from Robbins or Summers. And where did he start the slide? He was right near the line of gain. They'll say he got just enough.
Yep.
And now we're going to start seeing Miege slow things down a little bit. Needing a stop for this Chieftain defense, trying to keep Tongi in this ball game. Another pass. He's got space. Reichman is closing in. Fire down the field, and it's incomplete.
He threw that away.
Looked like closest man to it, Drew Kurt for Miege. Pressure was closing in. They're late. You see Robbins and Summers was closing in, not Reichman. Stags have it loaded up here on the near side. Single receiver on the far side, covered by Marins. It's a handoff and play action. Throw down the field and too far out in front. We had said in the pregame show that Miege is a team that they like to kind of get in the short to moderate passing game. They're not really known for their deep threat. They only have one completion. That was the 39-yarder to Wesley Welsh, and they go here, and for Cole, it's been overthrowing. He's having a hard time trying to drop it in the bucket.
Well, and that catch that was made, the receiver had to lay out for it to catch it.
Mm-hmm. So a 3rd and 10.
You really need to stop here.
Converting at an 80% clip, and Cole will take it near the line of scrimmage, throws, and it's over and incomplete in what looks like right now going to be a big stop for this Chieftain defense as he tried to find Jaden McDaniel.
Let's see if they're going to punt it or if they're going to go for it here.
And a flag came in there late, holding on Miege. It is declined by the Chieftains, and on comes the punting unit.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt it. Okay, we need a good return here.
Good call by our crew seeing that flag, too. That was somewhere over on the far side that was buried away. I did not quite see it. That was already the 8th drive of this game for Miege, and it ends in a punt.
Yeah, they're just going to let that go out of bounds. Not that great a punt.
Took a bounce right around the 27 and mark it at the 26.
Yep. A decent field position. Chieftains need to string some first downs here.
The downtown drugstore. Tonganoxie Eye Care.
Definitely, it feels like now, if it doesn't happen this drive, unless, barring, another turnover, a quick change of possession, something like that, this is really going to start to become it makes the comeback even more harder for the Cheetah. But if you find a way, get a scoring drive here, get 7, possibly 8 on the board, you're right back into this thing. You still got 6:15 here in the third quarter, and still another full 12 in the fourth. But you got to start trying to make something happen right here.
Yeah.
Design keep for Bodie, trying to get around the edge, and nothing happening.
It's going to lose a couple.
Daniel Neenan, the first man there for Miege, and for Bodie, that'll go in the books. About a loss of 2.5, 3 yards.
See what the Chieftains have drawn up here.
Play action. Bodie pressured, has to bail out, rolling to his right, surveying downfield, and he just lobs it out of bounds and stays alive for a 3rd and long. That is now 4 straight incompletions for Bodie. At the first half, he was only completing at a 40% clip already, and now 4 straight here in this second half. Not going to help those percentage numbers, at least.
But in fairness to Brody, he had a couple of drops in that first half, too. And that,
that's true.
First quarter.
I would argue probably 3 in this game total. 2 on that opening drive. That one over the shoulder for Tipton Harder. 3rd and long, they'd go with that counter play again. And this time, Miege was a little more better prepared for it.
He's going to pick up about 5, but leaving way short of the line to gain.
Last time they ran that play, Harder took it for about a gain of 19. That's 3 straight failed 3rd down tries before the Chieftains.
And it looks like Bodie's going to kick this.
On 4th and 7, whistles blow.
What? He didn't get his flag out of his pocket.
I definitely didn't see any laundry fly.
No, he was reaching for it. He just never got it.
Clock will run again here.
A little better snap that time.
And it'll bounce and roll, and Miege near their own 40.
Still good field position now. The Chieftains need another stop on defense.
That lone touchdown drive, their final offensive drive in the first half, that's been all the doing so far for the Chieftains. Outside of that, you've had 3 turnover on downs, a safety, and now 3 punts.
That won't get it done.
Clock is stopped 4 minutes, 29 seconds. As the offense for the Stags will come out, and they are looking to potentially put the final nail in the coffin, perhaps another touchdown score, and
put them up 4 scores.
They can start to really put their sights potentially on a matchup in Eudora in a week's time. They go down the line to Rodriguez, a little short game. Multiple Chieftains there. Only good for about a gain of 3. They still keep with that tempo. George running through near that line to gain.
Yeah, he's going to get a first down.
He's got it, yep. Needed 7, and that's just about all he got. They snapped the ball before the Chains are even finished set up as Cole able to avoid Gavin Rhodes. He slides down late. He runs into Owen Robbins. Bailing out of the pocket there late, and he will just pick up about 1. Go in the books, his shortest rush of the night. He hasn't had one shorter than 10 so far this ball game. 2nd and 9 play. Another quick dump, and it's Blunt and trying to follow his blocks. And Michael Blunt still running hard, and a handful of jerseys, still not enough to bring him down.
That's a big game.
Michael Blunt. My goodness.
Miege still going with tempo. Not even letting the chains get set.
Clock will continue to run. Another short game. Baron Dorn wrapping up in on the stop. Another quick give. George catches with space. Able to break one. Shoestring tackle. First down and more. Brought down and eventually rolled out of bounds. And they'll mark him at the 13. And a methodical drive brewing here for Miege, trying to cap in a touchdown and potentially really put this game away. George on the ground. Stopped up right at the 10. Now turning into the Vinnie George drive.
Yeah, this tempo's really been working for Miege.
Cole to pass, fires a bullet to the end zone, and it will be caught. Wesley Welsh back into the game. He exited earlier, and he catches that for a 9-yard touchdown. And like that, the wind kind of taken out of the sails of this Chieftain home crowd for the time being. A little bit of that sideline as well. Another extra point try, and it's an even 30 in this ball game for Miege. 30-6, 9-yard touchdown pass. Landon Cole, his second of the game, and his first to Wesley Welsh. Be back with more Chieftain football after this timeout.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Well, it's go time now for these Chieftains.
I mean, there's no option. From here on out, I think 4th downs, you're going for it.
Yep.
24-point deficit. Still, we've seen a lot of crazy things happen, and both teams still with all 3 timeouts remaining in this ball game. You never say never, of course, but this is the position where so many schools in all of the cumulative years that have faced Miege, particularly in the playoffs in Class 4A, they found themselves in this position. Another muff kick, but quickly picked up by Harder, and he'll be brought down as he crosses the 20-yard line. This is the position where those schools have just found themselves in, and it really, with how well coached and balanced and skilled the Miege team usually is every year in, it's almost impossible to try to come back from. But if there's a team that can do it, never count out the Chieftains. Remember, off back-to-back appearances in the sub-state final.
No question. There's no quitting this team.
No doubt about it. 2:11 remaining here in the third quarter. Miege has really bottled up this Chieftain offense this second half, preventing them from going down the field and scoring, getting them right back into this ball game as he's going to lob it down the field. We saw him try to find Harder earlier. This time, Hunter Neihart is going to bring that one in. Nice catch on the near sideline right in front of us here in the booth. Beautiful ball from Bodie.
Yeah, great throw, nice catch. And I think you're going to see the Chieftains airing it out here. I mean, that's the only way they can really get back in this thing. They can't afford to burn the clock.
Maslak.
Nice little run by Bodie.
He got close to that
Yeah,
line
he
again.
got close to the first down.
Maybe mark him a yard short, but that's a good gain of 9.
Yeah. Now take a shot.
Looking back for Nyhartz, I mean, I think that I got it down as the first catch of the season for him. He might have had 1 or 2 in the regular season, but definitely his first here in the postseason. Now followed by a close to a 9-yard run by Bodie Maslak, and it'll be picked up on the very next play as Blake Riedel will power forward. And that's 2 quick first downs picked up on this drive by Tonganoxie.
That's good for another Chieftain.
Trying to push back against the machine. That's what the Chieftains are doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Chieftains still not going with any tempo just quite yet. Looking for a quick score here, perhaps, going towards the final 60 seconds in the third. Riedel again. For progress, we'll get him just a pair.
Yeah, Miege starting to stack the box. I believe there was 9 in the box on that play.
Yeah. And at this pace, after this next play, it could be the final play of the third quarter.
Yeah.
Down 24 points to the Chieftains. Second and long. Will throw a dart. Going up and bringing it in. Brady Martin. Integrated more and more into this passing attack for the Chieftains. And Brady.
Have a night, Brady Martin.
He's been a stalwart on that defensive side. And Bodie able to find him down the field. From the 43 to the 15 go the Chieftains. Gain of 28 yards through the air, the first reception of the game for Brady Martin. And we'll get him down to the other end of the field. 4s are up. And for the Chieftains, 1 quarter remaining potentially in their season, barring a 24-point or more comeback here in this fourth quarter. Chieftains in the red zone. We'll see what they can do with it on the other side here.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com. Inviting, connecting, serving, and growing. That's Grounded Coffee House in downtown Tonganoxie. Enjoy the best cup of coffee in town 6 days a week and pair it with freshly made from scratch pastries, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and so much more. Plus, check out their beautiful event center, Grace Hall. Perfect for your next gathering, celebration, wedding, and party. All profits go towards local and international charitable projects and organizations. Drink local, support local at Grounded Coffee House. Place your order for dine-in or carry-out at groundedcoffeehousetonganoxie.org.
Last catch, 28 yards by Brady Martin, has the Chieftains in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 15. They need a big fourth quarter, as big as they've had all season. Bodie will just lob this one out of bounds. Pressure closing in there late for Miege. Closest was Jace Poirier. Back in the backfield once again, Devin Davis. They both have had a tremendous game bringing pressure for the Stags. 30-6, our score here right now, Denny. And I think during that last timeout, we've been hearing a lot of fans talking about their displeasure, at least, for the lack of this no tempo, at least. And that's something, to credit, we haven't seen it a whole lot necessarily this season from the Chieftains, but given the sense of urgency, season on the line.
I don't think you want to get out of what you do best, though.
As Bodie again just has to throw that one up. It's caught by a Miege player, but it's out of bounds as he just sets the ball on the track.
Yeah, he was under duress.
Bodie had completions of 24 and 28 yards. Now follows it up with back-to-back, both just throwing him out of Out of play, like we mentioned, it's fourth downs the rest of the way. I think they're going to be going for them.
Well,
field goals are not going to do you any good.
Especially with this field position.
You're starting to hear some of the Miege players and fans over on the far side of the field trying to get amped up, trying to get behind their defense to make a stop in the red zone. Keep Bodie on the left side, trip from behind, and he will tumble forward, and they will stop him at the 11.
Fourth down. Are they going to try a field goal? That's what it looks like. Unless it's going to be a fake.
Be about a 27, 28-yard try. Seen Cody this season's hit a long of 36, his career long. Trying to bring the Chieftains a little bit closer, and he missed it. Liking the call on the field goal there, Denny, or rather try to go for it, come up short that way?
Well, you know, it's easy for me to sit up here and try and quarterback it, but
sure.
If you're down 3 scores, I think you go on fourth down, and then you end up missing the field goal anyway. But, hindsight's always 20/20, partner.
No doubt.
Maybe they were going to try an onside kick. They'd have gotten that field goal.
I mean, if you make that, then you bring it back. It's a 21-point game, still down 3 scores, but you could try to get some quick touchdowns and maybe everything goes your way. You get that third, you can try to go for 2, potentially the win.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of other things got to go your way in between that, but I don't know. As Cole's going to take a shot, McDaniel down the field and incomplete. Great coverage. Brady Martin got a hand in there late.
He's had a game, partner.
He's had a great game. McDaniel got up looking around, and the sideline wanting the pass interference. And I think for Brady, he did a great job. If he brings that hand and arm down, I think the flag comes out. But the fact that he just kind of kept it that even right across his chest, and that ball deflecting right off the top of his forearm, that was great defense.
He's going to slow it down now.
Take one more look at this pass breakup here. Got a 3rd and long and be coming up here for Miege. That was a good ball by Cole, too, and he had McDaniel. They haven't really hit on a big hitter yet. That was a nice breakup there for Brady Martin.
Yeah, Brady closed, he closed the gap there. Got a hand in the play.
No gain that last play. 3rd and 10 here for Cole. Surveying, pressure, avoids Holthouse, and now just fires it to the sideline. And it's incomplete. And Roman very close to his 2nd sack this postseason, the first of the game. Nice move on the inside. He had 2 players that were there able to block him. And
looked like a nice little swim move.
And again, folks, he's only a freshman.
I know.
We still get 3 years with him.
That's what's amazing.
It's going to be amazing. And you getting his tandem back with older brother Elijah coming back healthy next season for his senior campaign. And
Bodie Maslak's a sophomore.
Yeah, he'll be a junior next year. Roman, a veteran sophomore, now going to be coming into next season. This
future's bright.
Oh, no doubt. Punt is away. This game not over yet. Chieftains going to need a lot to happen. Potential special teams touchdown would go a long way as flag's going to come in.
I think that's the face mask. And then 49 piled on.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I think there's going to be 15 added to this.
Brady Martin on the return. Flag on the play.
So right there, yeah. Wrapping up high, face mask. Play's done. Replay just cut off. Yeah, 49 for Miege. That's Graham Walsh. He jumped on the pile late, so you could even have 2 penalties.
Yep. All right, now the Chieftains need to make the most of this.
They're kind of lucky there because if you get both, I mean, I think you could be looking at 2 unsportsmanlikes. That'd be 15 plus 15, basic math. That's 30, Denny. That'd be a costly mistakes there. But
they're well into Miege's territory here. So They need to make something happen on this drive.
10 minutes, 1 second. That's all that remains in this one. Chieftains season in the balance. Need some fourth quarter magic. And some extracurriculars happening now.
Yeah.
I think we did have a flag come in.
It's getting a little chippy.
And it's a holding against the Chieftains.
Oh, that hurts.
Well, the home fans and that Chieftains sideline begging for a penalty against the defense, and they do get a flag, but it is against their own. Backs them up now, 2nd and 20. Or first and 20.
20, yeah.
Yes. Low snap. Bodie collects, steps up, off to run, lowers the shoulder. He's sandwiched by
he was
two Miege players.
Trying to get out of bounds there, but it wasn't able to make it. The clock will continue to run.
Jack Sutherland and Freddie Blunt both there to make the stop for Miege. I think Sutherland's the one that got up, tapping Bodie on the helmet as to maybe gaining a little bit of respect for taking a hard hit like that and bouncing right back up.
He's as tough as they come.
No doubt. Only one time that was the end of the first half in that Eudora game where he took a hit. He had to come out of the game there, and that's the only time where he's taken a really big hit, and he did not take the next snap for the Chieftains. Second and 16, and flags will come in once more. The patience starting to run a little bit thin here for some of the fans in attendance.
We apologize. At least there was no bad language.
I think you and I, we know as well as anybody is that the fan base and the community in Tonganoxie is dedicated and hardcore as you will find anywhere. Here's a throw down the field and nearly intercepted. He was trying to find Brady Martin and nearly a takeaway. And no flag on the play, so take that graphic away. But for Paulson, he gave up that touchdown to Marin's early in the game, and he's been nails, at least here in the second half. He's done very well. Quick dump. Neihart hit and brought down.
Only gain of 2.
Yeah, thank you, man. That was the definition of egregious. Had an on late there. Are you kidding me? That big lineman there. What are we doing?
Yeah, there's no call for that. You're up 3 scores, and there's just no need in that.
Luke Olson, come on, man.
Kick him out! Good ball. Personal foul. Lay hit on the defense. Number 55!
Oh. Yeah, I still think that was Olson that came in there.
59.
Fans are screaming 55. It's Devin Davis, and he was not in there late in the mix at all.
Yeah, that's going to bring up 4th down. Well, that's a penalty. There shouldn't be a loss of down. Oh, was it 4th down? Oh, okay. My bad.
It sets you up for 4th and a mile. Now it's 4th and 4. And Bodie will keep, and he will get it.
Yeah, he's going to pick that up.
So the Chieftains do capitalize on that late hit. Yeah. Trying to find the right words to what to call it. I want to say something else, but not here on the air at least, as the Chieftains do their parts. They needed 4. Bodie able to muscle forward for about a gain of 5 or 6. And it looks like we will have a timeout for injury. Another player down for Miege. 8:28 here in the fourth quarter.
It looks like he's cramping. Stretching him out.
So while they tend to him, we'll step aside.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
It appeared to be cramps that were the problem for the Miege players. He gets helped out over to the sideline. That last fourth down conversion for the Chieftains. That's their first successful fourth down try here in the ball game. They were 0 for 3 prior to that. Now they got a fresh set of downs here. Clock will run again under 8.5 to go.
2 backs in the backfield.
Looking to pass, and he does. And again, looking the way of Martin, and it's deflected and will go incomplete. Coverage on the play and knocking it away, Carter O'Connor.
Pass intended for Brady Martin broken up.
More and more, Maslak has continued to look over Brady Martin's way. I remember in the season, he missed the first couple of games, 2 or 3. I think he was the first 2. He was back for the Lansing game. He was playing all 3 sides of the football that game, and he's been a stalwart on defense, now becoming a good receiving threat over the final about 3 or 4 weeks of this season, as this one is deflected, bobbled, and hit hard. As Moranz took a hit. Keenan Polson again.
Yeah, he put a lick on him.
There's nothing dirty about that, folks. That's just football.
That's good, hard-nosed football.
Some say maybe he was hit a little bit high on the head, but it was just closing out, making a hard hit. Martin gets taken out of the game. Him and Coach Bond having a little bit of a conversation. Preston Troyer right there as well. Third and long up the middle. Good indication. Obviously, fourth down territory. You're not going to do anything else with it at this point in the ball game as we go under 8 to go. Nyhart out. Martin back on the field. That last rush for Riedel looks good for about a gain of 4 or 5. So fourth and manageable coming up. Got to have it here for the Chieftains.
Yeah, this is must-have right here.
Rollout, steps into it, fires to the end zone, has Moranz, and it's overthrown.
Yeah, he did it. He had him, and Brody knew it.
And the Chieftains will turn it over on downs for the 4th time this ball game, and
Brody knew he had
this
him.
close to another 6 on the board.
He's made some really nice throws tonight.
No doubt.
That one was just a little long. Now you got to figure Miege is going to keep the ball on the ground and run clock.
That last incompletion makes it now 5 in a row for Bodie.
Wow. Yeah, that'll hurt the stats.
Keep it up close to his longest streak of the entire 2025 season.
Yeah.
And it will remain 30-6. Miege in control with the lead, and now the football. They will keep it on the ground.
Yeah.
I think Watsky was the first one to get a handle of it. And they met him right near the line. Pretty much no gain.
Yeah, no gain on that.
And I think now even here for Coach Holmes and the Stags, as you're looking, your odds of moving on to the sectional round once again is looking pretty high. When do you start to maybe take out? I mean, you got the advantage, like we mentioned, the amount of players that Miege brought in, nearly double of what we have here at Tongi, but 11 offense, 11 defense, 11 special teams pretty much for the most part. When do you start to take your key guys out and save them?
Yeah, well, I think you're just going to run, simple running plays here. They're going to run the clock down as far as they can. And
they still got Cole out there, and Landon Cole, the starting quarterback. It's an hand off to Watsky. And Watsky going to be tracked from behind. Brady Martin able to bring him down. Third and manageable coming up. Things stay the way they are in this one, and over in Eudora, it will be the Cardinals and the Stags for a matchup in the sectional round, where the winner of that would then go on to the sub-state final and take on whoever comes out of the bottom side of the East bracket, with the winner of that one going to Emporia. Getting close to the final few teams still playing here in November. Cole will roll out to his right, throws, and almost nearly intercepted.
Yeah, nearly picked up. I'm surprised they ran a passing play there. But
that stops the clock, 6:01.
Yeah, they could have taken another minute or so off the clock if they'd have run.
You'll take that if you're Miege. You'll take that over the potential INT is.
Yeah.
We saw the Chieftains kind of get hurt by an INT like that, where it balanced off the back of a defender in that Bonner Springs game. Yeah. That just wasn't meant to be right there, as Miege will punt the ball away. Takes his time, puts a boot into it. Martin, the return man, and it bounces and rolls. And it's going to take a good Miege roll down close to around the 30-yard line. Little flare to the theatrics there was Graham Walsh coming up the field. Did anyone just see him kind of dive forward dramatically? I don't know what that was.
I think the turf monster got it.
I guess so. I don't know.
Well, see if the Chieftains can go down and score here.
Reality really starting to set in at this point, and I think for all those 11 guys on offense saying this could potentially be our final drive here in 2025, so let's try to make it one that's good, that we can be proud of and
memorable.
So we'll see, particularly for those seniors out there.
Oh,
quick throw on the curl, and it's Herder, and it's scooped out there late, and it goes as an incompletion. And Keenan Polson has really been on his A game after giving up that touchdown pass.
He has.
I think it was another one. He broke in on it. If he would have stripped that away, it might have been an interception. But it popped out. Incomplete it goes. And a completion streak now up to 6 for Bodie. Second and 10 off the incompletion, goes to the left side, catching it and going right down to the turf. Far side, it is good. Roman Holthaus able to get his first postseason catch. He had one target last week against Fort Scott on an end zone shot, and he just missed it. He brings that one in for a gain of 5. Two downs get 5 yards for the Chieftains. Another quick dump, diving out, but can't bring it in. Again, trying to go back-to-back to Roman Holthaus. And the clock will stop. Not really a lot of time chewed up on this possession for the Chieftains with the incompletions. Only 5:07. And 4th and 5 coming up here.
See what the Chieftains come up with here with 4th and 5.
Trying to find an opening and not going to get it.
No. Turn it over on downs.
And just looking around at this home crowd right now, and it's a lot of people that, what is it? The definition of insanity, Denny, where it's it's kind of you're trying to do the same thing over and over, and it doesn't work. You just keep doing the same thing, expect a different result. It's just looking like that. It looks like now for Miege, we're going to go to 5 straight wins in 7 seasons against the Chieftains, all in postseason play, all happening here at Beatty Field. With them meeting in the regional round tonight, they've now met in all 4 postseason rounds from Week 9, regional, sectional, and now the sub-state final from a year ago. As Miege will come out on the ground, Vinny George maybe trying to eat some clock up and get out of here unscathed and move on into the sectional round. The Chieftains were trying to join an elite group that, as far as public 4A schools, to bring down this Bishop Miege juggernaut.
Not going to happen tonight,
Not
partner.
going to happen tonight. The last team that did it in 4A, you got to go back to 2008. It was the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Wow.
That did it. I mentioned Blue Valley West did it back in 2013. That was Class 5A. That was before Miege reclassified from a 5A school to a 4A school. And no one has been able to beat them in a non-title game, thanks to the Andover Central Jaguars from the state title game last season. It was an all-time classic in that game, 49-42. It was 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns by Andover Central in that game. Senior running back Maddox Archibald, he rushed for a state record, 341 yards and 4 touchdowns, and that's across all classes. A new state record for total yards and total touchdowns.
That's impressive.
For a running back in a ball game. They needed every bit of it as the Jaguars were able to beat Bishop Miege. They were the first team to do it in 5,866 days.
Wow.
As far as a 4A public school beating this Miege squad. Here's a quick dump off on 3rd and long. It'll be a conversion, and that clock will continue to run.
Yeah, he had the presence of mind to stay in bounds.
The Stags, they've been up-tempo all night now. No problems, just coming to the line, letting that clock melt down. A good portion of their starters, pretty much. The skill position group guys starting to get phased out. Well, I guess there's still quite a few out there. It's like John Holmes is going to stick with his starting squad. Good portion of them, at least, to close out this ball game. As Vinny George, with all the space in the world on the left side, he's hit and met at the 15. Gifted Harder able to bring him down. Hunter Nyhart's in there as well. And right now, Miege in the red zone, looking to add on one more score to. Really, there's no way you can kind of kneel it out here. You still got to go out there and play football.
Yeah, if you don't want them to run it up, stop them.
Just scanning over at this Chieftain sideline now. We mentioned this is still a team that is very young, and going into the years to come, they're going to be a very experienced squad. And looking at Bodie Maslak right now, and I can see him right near midfield, and he's looking a little dejected, hoping he could have come up with something big for his team and, quite frankly, this school and this community tonight. And that's a lot of pressure put on yourself as a sophomore quarterback, only in your second ever varsity playoff football game start, and against a team like Bishop Miege. But
young man has a lot of football ahead of him.
He has shown so many
and not only
glimpses
that,
this season.
He's a multi-sport athlete. We'll see him on the hardwoods.
Yep. Coming up here officially under a month away, the winter sports tip-off, I should say, will be Friday, December 5th, when the winter sports broadcast season will start. So we got about 90 seconds left to go in this one. You stick around the Brothers Market post-game show. We're going to wrap it up. Put a bow on this 2025 season. Chieftains will not make it to the sub-state game for the first time since 2022. Did in 23. Did it last season as well. And this year running into the buzzsaw a couple of rounds early. But a great season, nonetheless. A lot of positive takeaways we'll talk about. We'll see if Coach Troyer comes up or if he'll elect to spend the time with the team and, most importantly, those seniors that played their last football game here tonight. At the high school level, at least. Some could still go on to play at college, but one of those being made there. The tackle made by Baron Dorn from behind. And for the Stags here on 4th down, and the clock continuing to run, so
about 5-second difference.
Yeah, got 4.5, 5 seconds between game clock and play clock, so
they'll probably just take a knee here.
You might see him take the snap, maybe just backpedal a little bit, try to take the knee, or maybe they take a shot. I don't know. We'll see what they do here. As this is going to be final snap of the ball game, and They hand off to George. He will be stopped.
That'll be
that'll
ball game.
stop the clock. So this will officially be a turnover on downs as players on that Miege side giving some kudos to the Chieftain team. And a game here in the second half, particularly on that Miege side where sportsmanship was lacking a little bit. It's nice to see a little bit there towards the end.
Yeah.
As now the celebration is on for Bishop Miege, yet another regional title.
I think they're going to put 4 seconds back on the clock.
Yeah. It was stopped at 4.3, so you still got to go out there and just take one more play here. Imagine Chieftains, it'll take a knee or they try for one more play for the end zone. Unless if there's any such thing as a 24-point play in football, your options are fairly slim here.
It's time to pull it out. And that's going to be it.
Second year in a row, the Chieftain season comes to an end via the Bishop Miege Stags. Final score 30-6. And Bishop Miege in the Class 4A playoffs, mind you, continue on. They will go on, last I checked, or it looks like it'll be a date with the Eudora Cardinals, the number 1 seed in 4A East. They had a 3-score lead over the Paola Panthers last time we checked. We'll do one final check in the Brothers Market postgame show. There's the handshake line there, and fans starting to get up here again. We'll wait and see if we get an interview with Coach Schroyer or not. Might spend the time with his players and his seniors, but we'll take a break here. We'll come back. Final thoughts of this ball game, compliments on the season, all that and more. Brothers Market postgame show is up next.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Back here live at Beatty Field in the Brothers Market postgame show. You can check out their weekly ads and specials in-store or online at shopbrothersmarket.com. Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan here with you. 30-6 is the final score, and for the second season in a row, Bishop Miege comes in to Beatty Field and ends the season for the Tonganoxie Chieftains.
And you really feel for these seniors, partner. You've been through this as well, and you know what it's like.
Well, you know, this is so fitting because I was actually on social media, and we'll get into the breakdown of the half after this, or the game after this, but it was a thing. It was another senior, high school senior somewhere in the world, and he went on and said, you know, you can play pickup basketball in the park.
Oh, yeah.
You can play rec baseball and softball your entire life if you really want. Soccer, you can go out into a field somewhere with a goal, and you can have a soccer match. It's really hard to to go out and play football. But barring if you're going to the college level or if you're one of the few 0.5%, whatever it is, that go to the pros, this high school is it for about 95, 96% of the total football athletes in the country every single year. And for these 10 seniors here for the Chieftains, that road, barring any offers to go play college ball, came to an end here tonight. And it's heartbreaking when that paired with the team that you lost to, all that. It can be frustrating. It can be agonizing. It sucks. There's no other way to say it than it sucks.
It's really tough for these seniors, but as we talked about many times, partner, this is a young team. And the future is extremely bright for these young men.
My goodness.
Going forward, just nothing but good things.
Yeah, we got to remember this was a team coming in, a new starting quarterback, a sophomore, and Blake Riedel being the starting running back as a junior, and Kipton Harder. We knew Morenz was going to be the new wide receiver 1, and it was like the same question we had last year. We know Todd Brown's wide receiver 1. Who's going to be the wide receiver 2? It was Morenz, and this year it was Kipton Harder. He's going to be back. Roman Holthaus filling in for his injured brother Elijah, who was expected to have a explosive junior campaign, limited with injury after that Week 3 game here at home against Lansing, and Roman stepped in there, and he's gotten his varsity reps now. So you're gonna and so many different players. I just don't have the time to go down the list. So many guys that are going to be coming back, and you got a solid foundation built here. You've had a solid foundation. Look at the resume for the past 2 years.
Well, and you've got a good tradition.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got a good formula here. So
this is the definition of, at times you haven't been able to really say this much about Tonganoxie football, but this is a winning program.
Oh, no question.
Here.
Yeah.
And this is what's going to be considered a down year, is a regional round exit, being a top 5 seed in 4A East, a 500 year in a very competitive, tough Frontier League. If that's a down year, bring it on.
Yeah, you got to take that.
I'm all for it. Again, it doesn't look like, I think Coach Schroyer going around spending the time with the seniors, and kudos to him for doing that.
Absolutely.
No worries.
That's where he should spend his time.
I think now will be a good time to announce for the final time here in 2025 our County Road Brewing player of the game. See what's brewing today at County Road Brewing in Tonganoxie. And partner, you go with Brady Martin as the final nod here in 25.
Yeah, Brady Martin had an outstanding night with an interception, and he was all over the field on both sides of the ball. So hats off to Brady Martin, the senior. We'll miss him.
Yeah, we'll miss him. We're still going to have some time. I imagine we're going to get some wrestling in our winter sports schedules. We're going to get to see him out there on the mat. One of the perennial all-state wrestlers in the state. He in his journey this season of football, he missing the first couple of games, and able to battle through all the adversity and to work his way back. He was pulling triple duty, we mentioned, on offense, defense, and special teams. He's been doing it all season long, and he's thrived at it. It's not going to surprise me when the all-league honors come out if Brady Martin is not first or second team in multiple positions on offense, defense, and special teams. He's just been that kind of guy this year for the Chieftains. Our County Road Brewing player of the game congratulates Brady being named the player of the game one final time here in the 2025 football season. Still here in the Brothers Market postgame, so you see all the fans and all the loved ones, everyone going out on the field celebrating, with the Chieftains right now. I'm looking over at that Miege side. They're celebrating their regional title. This is a scene the Chieftains have enjoyed the past 2 seasons of winning on the road in the regional round and having the crowd on the field and doing all that. Now they find themselves on the other side of it. Final stats and stuff, if you guys want them, I know they post them to Max Preps, so you can go and look at the final stats for this game online. We're going to get pretty close here to wrapping this one up here tonight. Don't let the recent events spoil or take away from what has been a great season still.
It's been a great year
for this football team and for the years to come. I'm very excited. Going to be coming back into 2026 to see what this team has built, what they'll continue to build in the offseason. Another year of growth and development and maturity for a lot of these sophomores and juniors that we were talking about, even a couple of freshmen that are getting in there. But, this is –
future is bright.
It's very bright. It's very, very bright, and this is going to be fun to watch this team over the next few years or so. The season comes to an end tonight. Final score 30-6 against Bishop Miege, and I do, for one final time, just want to give a special shout out and a thank you to all of our incredible sponsors that we have here at Tonganoxie Sports Live. It is a full graphic every single year in. I love it. Whether you joined on this past summer or if you've been with us since the start in 2020, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here without your tremendous support. So thank you to all of our sponsors here for the 2025 and 2026 school year here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Denny, any final closing thoughts as we close the book on fall sports season?
Well, we have basketball to look forward to. I think we've talked a lot about this football team. But, a lot of these athletes are going to go on to play other sports for their, for the winter sports. So we look forward to covering them. And, one thing that we've talked about many times is how fortunate we are to get to watch these young athletes grow up to be young men and young women. Man, what a pleasure and what an honor to be able to do that and bring this activity to those folks that aren't able to travel or aren't able to get here. They can watch their loved ones, like we talked about. Coach Troyer's watching down in Texas, and we have a lot of people come up from us from all over saying, "Oh yeah, my grandma and grandpa's watching from Portland," or it's wonderful, and it's a lot of times they grandparents don't get a chance to see the homecoming festivities or
the senior nights.
The senior nights, yeah, absolutely. So we're really happy to do that, and like you said, partner, we can't do that without those outstanding sponsors. And shout out to the parents and the staff here at Tonganoxie. I mean, it's what a great group of people.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's been a terrific 2025 fall sports season, and like you said, we're just getting started here. Winter sports season, we're going to be off for a couple of weeks, and we will be back Friday, December 5th. Mark it on your calendars. That is the start of the winter sports broadcast season. That is a home varsity basketball doubleheader against the Lewisburg Wildcats. We'll have that for you right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. You can check out the full winter sports schedule. It'll be put up on the Varsity Sports Live website, varsitysportslive.com/Tonganoxie, to see all of the basketball, wrestling, and whatever else comes up in between. We're going to try to cover them all. We're going to be everywhere and anywhere this winter. Looking forward to Alyssa Shawnick leading the basketball squad on the girls' side, on the boys' side. A lot of new faces, Lachlan McRae, Bodie Maslak, many others.
Yep.
It's going to be very exciting. We're looking forward to it, and that is when we will see you all next time, December 5th. So for that, we say so long alongside Dennis Drennan, the rest of our entire outstanding crew here on Tonganoxie Sports Live and at Tonganoxie High School. I'm Dylan Funk saying so long. We'll see you next time here on your home of the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Tonganoxie Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at varsitysportslive.com.